It's on my drop pod coming from outer space, man. That's what I'm talking about. Now you're gonna deploy my Land Raider Crusader. Ooh, look at them guns, baby. That's a gun show right there.
And we are live.
All right. Attempt number 2 or 3 of Reverend at this time. What is up, beautiful people? It's Wolf Brother Mythos.
And I am Freak. And welcome to this Friday Night Live chat with special guest, the Commodore. And sorry, we're late, guys.
We are late, thanks to the finest potato technology Idaho has to offer.
Indeed. Way to go, Idaho!
We potatoed on my end, we potatoed on Freak's end, we potatoed on Commodore's end, we potatoed on YouTube's end.
Yahoo.
YouTube's end.
Yay! Yay!
Everything happened.
Wow, that didn't take long, because if you look in the live chat right now, the beard commentary popped out. The combo beard.
Freak called it right away. You need to feed the hamster or it won't spin the internet wheel. Babe, have we not been feeding that hamster? Holy crap.
See, that's what happens. You starve the hamster, he gets pissed, he revolts.
Yeah, apparently, Brother Kev from the Hobby Corner, the Hobby Corner Kev, the Kev that's in a corner doing hobby, the Hobby Corner Kev, says you actually have to feed the hamster or it won't spin the internet.
I was in the impression that you just kind of keep it in a box and shake it around every now and then.
What happened to that thing I learned about in 7th grade, the photosynthesis thing?
Right. Oh, osmosis. Love to osmosis. Come on. Should be able to eat and drink through there.
Eat them. Wow.
That's just too much, man. I can't be like pulling stuff like food and crap.
I love. I mean, it's unfortunate. You know, we've been missing our brother Zane. It's unfortunate we haven't seen him until recently. He popped back up, I think, on the last week's show.
Yeah,
but
he did.
He definitely showed up today to tell Kami that he has no power here.
I know. I was missing Zane too, and I'm like, oh man, I really missed you, Zane. And then he came into the live stream. I'm like, oh yeah, it's good to see you again, buddy. And then he turned into Zane again, and I'm like, yes, I see.
He's back. Oh my gosh, what a week.
Oh, guys, if you guys don't know, we've had, I mean, some of you may have seen some of us bitching on social media a little bit, but we've had a hell of a week. Commodore, what's your week been like? Because it's got to be better than ours.
No, it's been crazy.
Oh, no.
Like, yesterday, I was at work. I literally was like, I'm an installation tech. I install like security systems and all that. I was in this old warehouse factory. I was literally covered in dust and dirt.
It was hysterical.
That's Phoenix in the background. Like, I took my glove off and you could see like skin, dust. There was a literal line.
That's terrible. Freak, how was your
I
week?
probably have 7 forms of cancer now. So.
Oh my god.
Just 7.
All right, so we're gonna take up a couple.
7 forms of cancer because that's Nurgle's number, you know.
Right. I think that was his point. Yeah, he got all Nurglicious. Oh man, dude, my week has been so busy as all get out, and I'm so, you know what, dude, I am so tired of having to say that every time we get here. You know, it's like, hey, how's your week, man? I'm so busy, I ain't done nothing. You know, it's like, good God, man, we sound like a bunch of old people. What'd you do this week? I got a lot of stuff doing. Yeah, no, it was just work, man. I mean, it's just been nonstop again. And the thing is, it wasn't a bad busy. It was a very good busy, you know, very productive, you know, save the day kind of busy. But Holy cow! It was definitely busy. But Mythos and I were able to crank out some videos, which was actually pretty awesome. Pretty stoked. That was so much fun. Even when we were super wiped. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just need to put them out. But guys, they just filmed. We have picked a winner for our 700. Right now that we are on the cusp of 750, we finally picked our 700 subs winner.
We're like a 20,000 subs, and we're going to pick our 700 subs winner.
So that would go out in the morning, but we all know tomorrow's feed is just going to be flooded with Indominus. Yeah. So we'll probably put it out Sunday, maybe. It might slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
So we'll put that out. And we were tagged by both Chilling Wargamers and Rivets and DACA, Brother Gar, for I Am a Wargamer, and that video will be coming out on Monday.
Yep.
So we got some good stuff coming up, guys.
Yeah, popping, man. We're popping. How was everybody else's week?
Getting some sleep, by the way, and big shout out, guys. He is doing some live streaming tomorrow for Indomitus, and he has been kicking butt with live streams all week. He's been doing his road to Indomitus, nonstop live streams every single night, catching up on his conquest stuff, so he can have a semi-clean slate for his Indomitus. And tomorrow he'll be going live. If you're in the UK, it'll be 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., and then he'll be streaming after Chilling Wargamers. Chilling Wargamers will, by the way, will be going 8 a.m. in the UK. 8 a.m. here, 2 p.m. in the UK. They'll be live streaming some Indomitus. And Gamecraft Dragon, 1 p.m. in the US, 7 p.m. in the UK. They'll be doing some Indomitus live streaming too. So lots and lots and lots of hardcore Indomitus live streaming tomorrow.
Wow. It's going to be a busy Indomitus day. Merry Indomitus Day? Or Indomitus Eve?
Indomitus Eve to all. And to all, a good night. You guys have a great stream.
All right. Good. Thanks for coming. Bye.
Merry Indomitus Eve. Make sure all you stay good and don't do anything bad, or else the Zane will come and steal your presents.
Oh gosh!
Wow!
If your presents are gone, you'll know you've been a
bad
boy.
Why did I just equate Zane with the Grinch? That.
Gosh. All right, so catching up on the chat. Flight of the Phoenix says potatoes. She knows what's up.
Yep.
Lupus Canis, what's going on, my friend? He says, okay, take two. Evening,
pretty much, yeah.
Half hour late, and I'm just in time. You know how it goes here on the Potato Farm.
That's sad. I'm sorry.
Hobby Corner Kev says, what happened to the 8:30 Central Time start? And of course, I responded with the finest in potato technology.
I think we had too many clocks on the potato. You can only.
I think there's I just mentioned the $6 Million Man intro now. This potato, we can bake it, we can make it tastier.
Inquisitor Zane says, hey boys, how's the family? How's the kids? How's the wife? How's the girlfriend? Mythos knows about that last one. Hey,
wow.
Hey, don't forget the boyfriend. Jeez, we're going to leave people out. People are going to get their feelings hurt. Jeez. Need to braid that up and throw some ribbons on it. Modeling for Advantage, the restless Kaiser. And he must be restless because it is in the middle of the night.
It is. Modeling for Advantage.
Although I have to say, I am
I had to say it.
I am massively honored because I saw in another live chat earlier tonight, Kaiser said, right, well, I better go catch a nap because I want to see my battle brothers, Frost and Fist, do some live streaming tonight. So
That's
that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was watching his battle report, Johnny P, this morning. It was actually pretty good. He's so mean to him.
Zane says, ban Kami, please, baby. You can't ban him. He's on the stream right now.
I mean, technically, he could ban me. He would have to turn off his computer, and that's a win.
You know what would be bad if we had
one less viewer, but it's Zane, so.
Wow.
Oh, that's right. Zane has like 7 accounts, so you would lose technically like 7.
Exactly. Zane will pop as something else, man.
Oh my God! I was watching one of the Weather Pigs live streams, and every single time the Weather Pig mentioned a new tank in the conversation, an account got created for that tank. It was pretty crazy. And then at one point, one of the scientists that created the tank, it was just nonstop accounts.
Uh-oh.
So,
Commodore?
Archer actually got his hands on an early copy of Indomitus.
Commodore's got this puss face. Commodore. Okay. Commodore, you're scaring me. Either you're high or you're frozen. Commodore.
And we are back to potato.
We're back to potato. This is what we were. I know he's frozen. I see he's frozen.
All right, so happy Indomitus Eve to you too, Heinrich Bob. Right.
You understood that?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to need to drop out when he comes back, so we'll swap positions, right?
Yeah, please. So let him come back. Let me switch it to... Oh, my God. Let me switch it to this. So he gets back. Let me know when he's back, and I'll switch it back. He's back.
All right. Is he?
Yeah. And switch. Playing musical frames, guys. Bear with us, please. There we are.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll get this right. I apologize.
And he's still frozen. He's just really deep in thought. Maybe that's what it is.
The think. All right, so Brother Archer actually got his hands on a copy of a box earlier, but he just got home, working late, and hasn't had a chance to touch it yet.
That's got to be frustrating. You know, you've got the very goods in your hand, and you know you're like, you cannot even bear. Well, brother, tear into that. Let us know how you feel about it.
Look at Kaiju. This is an idea, man. He says, "Good evening, Frost and Fistendales."
Oh, you see, I knew our Australian Jesus would come through for us.
That's got to be a T-shirt at some point.
Frost and Fistendales. Yep.
There are two commies.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. Yeah.
I'm multiplying.
Oh. Okay, that actually worked. Okay.
Can you hear me?
It's perfect.
Yes. Welcome back, good sir.
Yay!
All right. So,
live fisting on stage. No, Zane. No, live fisting on stage, Zane.
God, what have I walked into?
I'm just reading.
I mean,
well, okay. You need to catch him up on what he was talking about, Fistendales, right? The kaiju shorts.
No, I'm good.
Kaiju called us Frosted Fistendales. So it's got to be a T-shirt.
Yeah. And you walked in with Inquisitor saying live fisting on stage.
All right. Anyways, we're going to skip over that. Commodore, what hobby update have you got this week? What you been working on? What you got for Poke Chop, baby?
Flipping
I've been working on. I just finished up my Primaris Librarian that I put up on my Instagram, and then I'm working on with funny thing with all our stuff going on. I'm working on my Primaris Tech Marine that I converted out of the Iron Hands character, who will become, with everything going on, it's going to be Tech Marine Brother Mythos.
Yes.
Oh no. Are you going to put him like with the arms of a Tech Marine, but the body of a potato head?
He's just gonna be in the field like, it's broken. Can we reboot it? We're under gunfire right now. There's no rebooting.
Let's just turn it off and turn it back on. No.
Okay, your tank's fixed, but it only goes sideways.
You end up with some Bethesda physics like a repulsor that's upside down and spinning backwards for some reason. All right.
Orcs are looking at it like that don't work that way.
you know, you've ended up in the wrong place when even the orcs are questioning you.
Right.
That make no sense.
I don't think that's right.
Ugh.
Look, boss,
All right.
he's holding it backwards. Get a camera so we could take a picture.
Bricalicioso, what have you been working on this week?
What? What the?
What hobby have you done this week?
Somebody feed the cat, dang it.
Sorry.
Cat was just going all verbal.
His name's Figaro for a reason.
Oh.
That would be Figaro.
Oh, hobby update. Good Lord. Okay. What the hell have I done today? So, I guess the closest thing to hobby update is I cleaned my my hobby room, and sorry, Kaiju. So yeah, what it is that I've actually purchased a PA system because I'm supposed to be helping my brother doing a karaoke party for him. I'm hosting it, and so I needed some room in the area in my space here, so I had to clean it up, make it a little more presentable, look nice, and set some stuff up. So get the speakers here. So
you're gonna be doing karaoke, freak.
What's that?
You're gonna be doing karaoke.
Yeah, I've hosted it before. I used to host karaoke a lot, and then
Why are you not filming this and showing this to us?
I haven't done it in years.
That's the piss poor excuse, sir.
Got him.
No, I don't have the software. No. And the cool thing is, I have to say that it's Mito's potato used to be my potato, and so I sold him my potato, and I've been his potato tech, and I have slowly been peeling the potato.
Here's a piece of junk, but give me $5 and then I'll help you with it.
And so I mean, and I can do 100. It can be remedied. It's just going to take some time, and anyway. That's it for story. So anyway, we're doing karaoke, and it's for my brother's wife's 40th birthday, and so I'm going to be hosting it, and I enjoy doing karaoke too. Matter of fact, we had a karaoke party when we hit, what was it, 400 subscribers? When was it? It was definitely a milestone, and we were like, oh, let's have a party. So we had a sushi party.
It was something.
Anyway, so it was him. He had his brother, and we had a good old time, man. We
did have a good time.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I made some sushi rolls. We
2 boys, 1 potato.
Why? Why did it? That's not even Zane saying that. So anyway,
Brokeback Potato Field.
I'm so glad I wasn't sipping my coffee right there. I forgot what you said earlier. I almost spit coffee all over the computer.
Oh, is that from the messaging? The message group?
No, it was something you said when all 3 of us first got on. I don't remember. It'll come back to me.
Wow. Anyway, so that's what's happening, and I'm just I just really hadn't done a whole lot of hobbying, say painting or anything, but I'm getting the itch, so I'm going to be cranking out some other stuff. So
you did get some gaming in with Oni Studios, right?
I did. We cranked out some The Forest, which is a great game. It's a lot of fun when you're doing multiplayer. As a matter of fact, it was Oni Studios and a friend, one of his friends, Matt. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he actually recorded it. So hopefully he'll put that on the air pretty soon, and we'll be able to watch it. So it was a lot of fun. It was goofy. It was a great time, and yeah, it was very interesting. It was a very fun game to play.
Yes, Spotlight. The Pale Orc. Man, we got some real legends in the chat here.
Man, Mr.
X-Gear Commander says, Happy freaking Friday.
Happy freaking Friday, man.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so before we go on to Mind Freak, I just sent you to the chat with you, me, and Commodore. Another hobby piece that Commodore finished up, I think, last week. His librarian for his Primaris fists, with some pretty cool glow effects there.
Yeah, I think this is it here.
And guys, we actually have a live topic tonight. Instead of talking about the news, we're going to actually cover some questions together. We're going to do a round table discussion. That's because those trained in the librarians have to wear blue armor?
He's a space wolf. He can't read.
That is why we never learned the librarians. So when is the next Ladies' Night edition? Bow ties, soft music, and freak smooth voice. Oh, yeah.
Wow. I'm surprised that's coming from Modeling for Advantage. I thought that might have been coming from Lady D. Like, oh my gosh.
By the way, Kaiser, I did get a new bow tie now, and Freak, of course, we all saw the unboxing where he got a new bow tie.
Yep.
So next time that you bring the fez, the bow tie has been replaced.
Yep. I've got two here. I still got my little one here, the one that I look like I might have stolen from my grandson, and I got my other really, my very festive
Grandpa,
one.
Grandpa, look at my bow tie.
Give me that.
I'm taking that.
That's mine. Go play.
But Grandpa's got to take that to work today.
I need that. my old one was
the silver fox.
My old one got ripped off, boy. Well, by a fan? No, it was the bouncer. They were kicking me out.
Lady D is dead. I will remember you.
Rip.
That's all I can sing before we get demonetized, guys.
Right. Actually, you get 15 seconds.
All right, so here we go. This is from the Commodore. You can see some of his blue armor, and then I've got some close-ups coming up where you'll be able to see some of those cool glow effects.
Ooh, glow effects.
I think you picked a nice, I think that beige color you picked for the robes goes nicely with that blue armor too.
I like
but still provides an interesting, an interesting look with the yellow shoulder pads here.
So what made you think about going with that beige? I'm just curious.
For the robes?
Yes.
Just kind of keep it. I wanted the focus to be drawn to the sword and then the actual glowing of like the warp powers.
Right.
So I figured I wanted to keep the robes subtle, but I did add a little purple in there to kind of show it like it's like
royalty
little,
almost,
like,
yeah.
Royalty, like kind of like some to break up the coloring on it.
Right.
But I wanted the main thing to look when you looked at the model. I wanted the main draw to be the glow effect of like the power coursing through the librarian.
I like that. Use neutral tone so that way you can draw the eye to where you want it to go.
And something
plus, when you mess up on the robes, it's like, don't look at the robes. Look at these sword powers. Yeah, but what about the robes? No. Don't look at them.
But I like the robes. Don't look at the robes. So one thing that I really found is I really enjoy the yellow and black versus the yellow and red, and I see that you went with that same tone. That's really good. So what made you go with the yellow and black? Is that pretty much your Imperial Fist?
That's kind of my coloring trim. Plus,
Gotcha.
When I look at yellow and red, I think McDonald's.
This is true. Yeah, you got a good point. Very nice. So I like that because it kind of gives it more, the robes kind of gives more of like a leathery, almost a duster look. I like that.
I really love your Force Sword effect.
I think it's Temple Guard blue, painted on it as the base. Then I did the Drakenhof Nightshade as a shade over that, and then I took white scars and did a dry brush on the edges and kind of over the blade to kind of give it that frost, and then I built it up on the tip to make it look like it's focusing the power at the edge.
I like how a lot of times when people dry brush, they get kind of a dusty kind of effect, but yours it looks a little more like scratches, and that scratches really leaves more of that energy kind of look. And
I think
oh my
it's
goodness,
the brush I use for my dry brushing is a little bit more. It's a stiffer bristle. I know a lot of people use like those makeup brushes to do their dry brushing. Mine, it's like a stubby brush, so that's why you're getting that more. You're not getting that dusty effect. You're kind of getting the other effect you were talking about.
I like that, and I myself also I'll use a softer or more stiff dry brush depending on which effect I want to catch. So I like that you do that. Okay, and I think that is all my art of Zavik for tonight. Cool. It's good looking. I like the glow on the hand too. Actually, I need to send you some pictures of a couple. Like I did a while back, I did the same rune priest for somebody, and it was my first experiment with doing kind of glow from the hand. And I love how you did it. And I think you actually probably pulled it off a little better than I did. But since we kind of went for a similar effect, I'd like to show you mine at some point.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I think Freak was going right. Like as soon as he said, I'm like, oh no, and then Freak's like, they're saying like, yeah, man, it's out there.
I didn't mean that in a bad way. I honestly think yours is painted better than mine. No, I just think it's cool because we went for similar effects.
Well, that's one of the things with painting. If you ever realize, everyone's like, oh, you paint so much better. Like everyone looks at each other's painting and like, you always kind of like, I've always noticed like when people talk about my painting, like, oh, you did this really good and this, and I really like it. I'm like, oh, thank you. But then when I look at it, I only see what I missed or my.
We always see our own mistakes.
Yeah.
Because whatever you paint, it's not exactly how you pictured it in your head. But
Exactly.
other people are seeing that and they don't have that image in their head of what it
you
want to look at. They see what it is and they see it being good. You see it as like you could have had it
your
better.
expectations. Yeah.
Yep.
So there's no bias there. That's a good point. And plus, I think something we do in our brains as painters is whenever we automatically go to the things we like about it, and we start dissecting in our head what you want to incorporate from their piece into your own work. You know, like, ooh, I really like that effect. I want to try that on a model. Ooh, I like that effect. So I think that's a really, really great point. Nate's Miniatures, new friend of the channel. Good to see you, my friend. Mike Hawkins. I'm actually going to be getting Indomitus. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I know you are a Necrons fan, my friend, so that's cool. You're trying to get demonetized before you get monetized.
Hey, it could happen.
I think our whole show is built on that.
Yeah.
I really think so. You can make it big, old eye. Oh, can you make it big, old eyes and small screen?
Yep.
For some reason, the way we share on OBS, we don't really have the ability to make the screen bigger.
Actually, already did.
Oh, okay. Well, I know we can only make it like slightly bigger than what it usually is, but for some reason, when we try and make it like blow it up and get super big, for some reason it starts getting smaller again.
Actually, I figured it out.
Oh, did we finally fix something?
I did. I actually fixed something the moment that who was it that said it? I believe it was Modeling for Advantage. Yeah. So I went ahead and
you're gonna have to show me that. I know we've had trouble with that for like how long have we been streaming? About 2 years now.
Good night. Yeah. So like real quick, so you can, if you see the screen, you see what we got there. And so basically, I'm just gonna take this, and then I'm going to open it up in a new tab. And then we're just going to go to that one, and I just zoom in and zoom out, so I can actually see everything a little clearer.
So the opening it in a new tab is the step we were missing?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Look at that. Look at that.
Look, I mean, we can go right to it.
Essex Boys says they really love the glow in the eyes as well, Commodore, which you just responded to. Don't ignore me. All right. Thank you, Mr. Twista. Thank you.
Say his full name.
No.
Like there's some there's like some GW person and like up in England, and if they say the full name, we're going to cancel the stream.
All right. Do you
Tidy?
guys want to move on
Tidy?
to
Wait,
our main
Twista,
topic?
if you become a Patreon member, he has to say your name at that point.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Let me twist a message to leave my brother. There goes Tidy Twista. Sorry.
Pale Orc, I have been loving your Stomp of Progress. I'm really excited to see where it goes. I love the placement of the front cannon. It's like getting blasted by the Johnson cannon. Also, I love the irony that you have a Stompa that's on treads, so it technically can't stomp.
The twisting of the ties. God, what is going on?
Wow, that didn't take long for Mr. Twisted to get.
Australian Jesus.
Yes, it's Australian Jesus.
All right,
Oh,
you guys want to go into Art of the Week, or do you guys?
yeah. Art of the Week sounds. Dude, you can't go wrong with Art of the Week because I'm telling you, if we left our own devices, things can go south on us quick.
All right.
All right, let's see here. Ay.
It is, babe. You'd be surprised how many accounts this guy can run at the same time and have full conversations with himself. He's an expert.
He's gonna have like 7 monitors in front of him, and he's like, it's like some Hollywood movie hacker, and he's just doing all of them at once and stuff. But he's just live streaming, commenting.
You know, what impresses me the most is that he manages to stay in character for all the accounts and respond to himself, carrying on full conversations.
It's almost like
from each of the perspectives.
Like a bad deal with MPS.
Personality disorder.
Yep, that's what I say. MPS. Yep. Oh, okay. Give me a second here, guys. Let me find the.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
All right.
Trying to see where it starts and where it ends. Methos, bear with me.
It ends at the where you had sent a picture of, I think, the leg of that Death Dread you're working on.
Oh.
Yeah, you'd primed the leg of the Death Dread. We were showing it off on stream last week.
Okay. Ooh, lots of good stuff.
Lots of good stuff. Actually, the community was really, really active in sending us art this week, which I absolutely
I love this. Oh man, I'm so excited. Okay, here we go. Nah.
Now, I don't remember who sent me what, so Commodore, you're going to have to let me know which pieces you submitted. This, by the way, is from Brother Running Bear. He was sharing with me his conversion for the new Primaris Captain for that accompanies the Blade Guard from the Indomitus.
Very nice.
You can see he's added in a Space Wolf head, and I'm not sure what sword that is, but it looks pretty cool. And it actually kind of gives me Conan the Barbarian vibes.
Looks like the sword of 1,000 truths or something like that.
Looks like a Corn Demon sword. Bloodletters.
Oh, yeah, if you just change the tip of it. Yeah. You right.
Drink.
Just glued together my Indomitus Captain and converted it into Space Wolf with the Demon Sword. You are right, sir.
Nice.
And I think that's a Blood Claw head, giving it a little extra character. Oh, you know, I saw one of these painted up. I didn't realize that the Necron on the base is part of the kit. I thought people were just like, yeah, the theme is against Necrons, guys. We'll just put a dead one here at the... You know, I thought like somebody was doing a creative, base there. Is it just me, or does Prime Leg sound like something you need to do as you get older in preparation? Well, you know, I took my little blue pill, and then I got my leg primed.
Whoa, man! What the hell?
Lily's gonna have fun sleeping on the couch. If you can roll over.
That is such a cool shield. Look at the level of detail there. This is... I'm not sure what shield this is. I mean, it looks like something that would come from Shapeways. I'm not sure where this is from, but that is the coolest shield for the Thunderwolf.
Yeah, I do like that. It's pretty neat.
It really, really does a good job capturing that Viking feel.
This is by Nerdafunt.
Nerdafunt. Man, that's some nice work. Very nice painting on that shield.
I think that's also one of the other great company's logos, right? The Sea Wolves or whatever.
Ah, the Sea Wolves. Yes.
Sea Wolves. Wait, what?
Yep. That's one of the 13 great companies, freak.
Sea Wolves. Interesting.
Oh yeah, you guys don't actually have that because like the regular Space Marines don't really have like names for their different companies, right? Just
No.
first
They have like
company,
nicknames, like for Imperial Fist, the third company under Tor Garadon is the Sentinels of Terra, because
Oh, okay.
They're tasked with guarding Terra.
Very cool.
Yeah, we don't get names like Sea Wolves.
I love, like I'd never be really inclined to paint Raptors, but I always like seeing other people's Raptors. They almost always look fantastic. This one is definitely no exception.
This
Face is nicely done.
Very clean. A lot of very well done weathering and damage.
And the shading on the darker green and the lighter green is not enough to where it immediately jumps out at you and you're like, oh wow, that's high contrast. But if you really look at it, you look like towards the corner of the shoulder pad toward, that's closest to his chest, it's definitely a much darker green than say the top of the shoulder pad. But unless you're looking for that, it just reads as green.
Yeah, this is so professionally done. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very subtle and effective highlighting.
Yeah, look at the lenses. I love the lenses on when they do the lenses on these lenses like on the scopes and the markers. Man.
Oh yeah, but freak. Unfortunately, if you saw the zoomed out picture, you would see the iron sight at the end of that rifle.
Shut your mouth. The next one. Okay. Go.
Guarding Terra, a job they still have despite dramatically failing at it. Oh!
Wow.
Them's fighting words.
Mm-hmm. Come on. Please let me do this. Oh, never mind.
This is from Goobertown Hobbies, a very famous YouTube channel that almost everyone knows. And this was sent to me by brother Big D, one of the biggest Goobertown Hobby fans I know. Very, very cool. Very interesting, that pot of goop. Like, I wonder if that comes that way. Must have been interesting to paint.
It's like a bowl of cereal. You just pour the cereal, and all of a sudden, an arm falls in.
Is that the prize, or?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, clunk. Oh, look, I got a prize. Look, Mom, I got an arm.
This is another one of those very clean, quartered paint jobs. Honestly, I don't even remember what army this is. It's one of those sub-factions of Space Marines.
By Radicraft.
I think it could be Nova Marines, but I could be wrong on that.
Nova Marines, I think you're right.
When guys do that quartering like that, I don't know if they're using like the masking tape to do it or what, but it's just when they get it like so clean, it's just so amazing. But can you imagine trying to do an entire army like that? You'd go insane.
I imagine you would.
And then you'd make 7 YouTube accounts and comment on live streams.
That's so cool.
Wow.
Good job on the face too.
Man, no doubt, man. Intense.
And honestly, typically when I see people do quartered paint jobs because they want the focus to be on the technical difficulty of the quartered paint job, normally I don't see a whole lot of shading and highlighting for the 4 colors. Or it's 2, but quartered, But here you can definitely see clear shading on the white, clear highlights on the white, and same with the blue. Like the technical paint job of the quartering is there, but also like really good skill at highlighting and shading the individual colors. Yeah, exactly. Gamecraft Dragon said, look at the shading on that white leg. Absolutely.
Damn. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. I think this guy's still trying to get out of the pot. Just saying.
That Ogre by Goober Town is epic. The print does come that way. It's a print from the Artisans. The Cauldron does come that way. It's a print from the Artisans Guild.
Oh, very cool. I'll have to look for that. Oh, cool. Here's a really good shot in the front.
Very realistic shading for that green. Going back to talk about the Raptors, I missed that comment.
Okay, this is. I think we're done here.
Lady Dragon is alive. She's alive.
Yay!
Honestly, the leg shading is why I sent it to you, and that's definitely the first thing that popped out at me because of the way I paint my white scars. That's something I always look for.
Speaking of Goober, I was watching one of his videos a couple weeks ago. I saw the best comment that I hope to God he saw it. Is someone's like, I'm waiting for the day he opens the video like, hi, this is Goober, and these are my hobbies.
This Iron Keep Studio.
I think I sent that one to you.
Yeah, it definitely is. That's so cool.
Because I like a lot of the orc models you see, like they're very, of course, even in the lore, they're all hunched over. I like seeing one like solidly standing up, kind of like you see it, kind of like just how big they can be.
And I love these that are like wearing, he's got the flaps and the leather that reminds me of like my grandfather's old bomber jacket. Like the leather's got that kind of scratched up brown leather look to it.
Mm.
Oh my goodness.
Gamecraft Dragon. Lady Dragon said, I was dead. Gamecraft Dragon says, you were dead, but now you're better.
I feel better now.
She turned me into new. A new? Not better. Gosh. I love how on that orc paint job they really did a great job making every single tendon of the muscle stand out.
Yep.
And in like every wrinkle in the blue jeans stand out,
Definitely denim.
Yeah. And
Really
again,
cool.
I love the texture on that leather. It really does remind me of my grandfather's leather, bomber jacket from when he was in the Air Force.
That's cool.
Now I'm just imagining a Wrangler jeans commercial with orcs in it.
No. You gotta go further beyond. It's an Old Navy commercial.
Not weird at all.
Just like an Old Navy commercial, they'll all do show tunes. The jeans will be too tight.
I can't crump in these.
Look at the cloth tying the gun together. Absolutely, that cloth is absolutely fantastic.
It's actually weathered. It's weathered duct tape, mate.
It's one of those things that we talk about all the time. Like everything you look like, you keep staring at this, and there's always something more to see. I think this is snick rot, right?
No, I don't. That's not a GW model. I think.
Well, I mean, I think it counts as snick rot.
Could be, but I mean, like what you were saying, Mythos. Everywhere you look on that model, there's he's done detail. There's no no one's gonna look at this. I'll skip this part, kind of a thing. Every little single piece of that thing. Like there's no part where that guy skipped over that. Like,
yeah, absolutely. Everything is just absolutely phenomenal on here. Everything was not just painted, but treated with care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, look at the armband on the gun arm. You're telling me like he did the studs on it? That's something you could have clearly just gone over and said like, no, I'm just gonna make it another armband. Like, no, you focus on the stuff. That is
right. I'll just put a little wash on. It'll make the stud stand out. Nope, This guy put in the extra and the shading on the red of that power claw.
Yep. That's the thing that stuck out. Yep.
the rust on that power claw.
Mhm.
This is honestly one of the most badass orc paint jobs I've ever seen.
This is really well done. Oh man.
God, even the basing is phenomenal.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, this is definitely a good piece, man. Jeez.
Burning my brushes.
Oh man. Good stuff.
There's even more
Brushes
brush
make
burning
me a
coming
better
up next.
painter, right?
Ooh, yeah, this is just fantastic. Okay, this is the final. There's a bunch of them here. We need to move on.
I accidentally double posted that orc.
I don't blame you, bro. I don't blame you. It was like, ooh, I like it. Ooh, I like it. Ooh, I like it. I get it.
And actually, I mean, I'm not in as much of a rush now because that you can only take a handful of HQs in the game. But now that I've got 10 commandos on the way, I kind of want to get a Snickrot like this to lead my commandos. But I'm not as much in a hurry now that you can only take limited HQs. But
Yeah.
I mean, but seeing a paint job like this, I don't know if this is inspiring me to do a Snickrot more or less. Like seeing one this phenomenal is like, man, I could have one that looks great in my army. But then seeing one this phenomenal is also like, I could never army.
Wow. Kaiju Short says, haha, wow, that orc is so good. I forgot what I was doing. Okay, so next we have this orc.
This orc was so good, I got the squirrel effect.
Yeah. Dude,
You know,
look
it
at the
reminds
lens.
me of that Futurama episode where they're autopsying, the crab doc, and he's like, dude, in the middle of the autopsy, what have you found in the contents of the stomach? One deviled egg, and he puts it down, and he's like, "Ooh, deviled eggs!" and he slurps it up. The same deviled egg.
Goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you were right. I think we're going to be doing some.
Yeah, I was like, "There's another brush burning one coming," and this was the one I was thinking about. Spartans,
big den of
what
paints.
is your profession?
I work at Chippendales.
I'm so hot for you right now.
Whoa. Wow.
Do we need to pause?
Yeah, I was going to say we can just turn it off now.
Guys, pause the stream. I'm going to need 3 to 5 minutes.
Guys, for the next 3 to 5 minutes, you can catch me on our OnlyFans channel.
Dane has 6 accounts on that one.
Yep. He's got cameras all over. This is so cool.
I mean, yeah, looking at this Spartan, like, I don't know if have you guys seen Frank Miller's graphic novel, not the movie, but the actual novel, 300? It looks like something out of that. It looks really good.
It's incredible.
Oh.
Also, that paint horse. You know, that oh my God, that horse is just so well done, too.
It's a Pinto.
And that torso on the Spartan, I mean, the way the shading up, goes, from the lower abs all the way up to the top of the chest. It looks like so many artworks I've seen before.
Right. Yeah.
Like it reminds me of certain artwork, Conan the Barbarian artwork I've seen before, Yeah.
This reminds me. I forgot to mention. I actually started reading books again. I was about to start doing some audiobooks, but I started reading just a regular, my Kindle. And have you guys heard of Mistborn?
No.
Mistborn, no.
Okay, it's by Brandon Henderson. I believe. Anyway, it's a really, really cool. Actually, like it's a 3 or 4 part series novels. Pretty freaking amazing. I'm not going to bore you too much with the details, but basically, it's about it's a universe where people actually have these powers by burning metals inside them, like consuming them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's really, really neat. And each metal gives them a specific power.
I'm going to go burn myself right now.
Anyway, let's move on.
Speaking of metals, look at the non-metallic on that spear. Look at the non-metallic gold on the armor. It's, oh my God. This is another one you can just look at for days.
Right. Let's see here. Wow, that's just amazing, dude.
Oh God. Oh God.
Zane.
Yep. Zoidberg. Thank you, Archer. I was driving me crazy. I couldn't remember Zoidberg's name. The shield. Oh my God. So there's just like a great amount of weathering and then just light traces of that oxidization.
Crazy, man.
You know, that actually the where it turns a little green.
Mm-hmm. Let's look at that back. I'm sorry. I think I did that too soon. My wife said, what? There we go.
Mythos, if you're burned, you'll be lighting fires like a flamethrower thanks to all the tacos. This is not untrue.
Wow. Even close up, man, you don't see a single misstroke.
Yeah. I mean, everything is just perfectly
Look at
smooth.
that, man. Look, even his feet. Man. That is really
I just want to know the size of that model, just to see. Does that thing's like 28 millimeter? That just the amount of detail on that would be. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping he would say, but no. It doesn't.
Oh, hey, that's another thing I want to mention. It says that model there is by Broken Toad. And Broken Toad, by the way, are the sponsors of our Battle Brothers, the Chilling Wargamers. And that's a great segue into reminding everyone that we are both part of the IDICBeer Wargamers Unification Group and the Chilling Network, which you can definitely find the links to down below, and check out all of our Battle Brothers who we work with and support us.
And if you ever wondered where Space Marines come from, well, they're hatched like these little guys.
They're so cute.
They'll be cute when they grow up.
This is. Oh wait, did we read the name of who did the?
Yes,
that
we
amazing?
did. Yes, sir.
Spartan. Okay.
Yes. This is
And
by
this one is
Savage
Savage
Orc
Orc.
Guy.
I know we show Savage Orc Guy stuff all the time. Their work is just so phenomenal, and I'm always drawn to the amazing. Like they make the bright colors absolutely work. It looks so incredible. And
It's very orky in a Space Marine way.
and these little Space Marine chibis are just amazing. I love them.
I love the old school base, green base on it.
Right?
Mm.
The 90s goblin green with a little bit of flock on there. Heinrich Botha says squats. And the 40K orc community, absolutely. Now I definitely love the 40K orc community. Definitely, lots of shout out and love to the 40K orc. I just don't. I'm not part of the 40K orc community, as in I don't. I'm not a. I am a.
What?
Words, use them.
I don't actually have anything to do with 40K orc community, so I wasn't just forgetting them there in the chat. But absolutely, I do love them as a fan. Look at this, and I love the matching nameplate that is like colored exactly the same as the Custody shoulder armor. Amarok.
Biodays.
I just love that it's not a solid gold Custody.
Yep. Absolutely.
Like I've been thinking about like I think the next army I might want to work on is Custodies because I just think they look awesome, and plus they'd be a small army to build. But like
Absolutely.
I think gold and blue would be really cool. I think that's what I would. But when I saw that purple and black, I just fell in love with it.
I actually had a very similar idea with for Custodies. I was thinking about like doing undercoat everything ultra bright silver, then use Imperial blue for it had to have that like dark purpley blue that kind of shines through, and then trim in gold.
Gamecraft Dragon says it's a 115 millimeter tall, that Spartan, a Broken Toad.
Well, thank you for looking that up, sir.
That's awesome.
Well, it's a 75 millimeter scale, so he must have blown it up a little bit.
Very cool. Sure, that's why you play Knights and Custodies. Sure.
I don't play Custodies yet. And technically, my Knights are 0-1, so.
Oh, you've only played them once?
Yeah. I more paint in hobby more than I play.
Right on.
Yeah,
I
I know the
I don't
feeling.
feel so bad because I think Freak and I have only used Freaks uses Night once.
Yeah, I think it was. I don't remember. I think it was twice. Yeah, it was twice.
I,
Yeah,
and I've
remember?
only used it twice.
Yeah, remember you took it out here. Wait, was it here? And I think you murdered it at your place too on a coffee table. I know the coffee table definitely. So
The coffee table. We definitely have proof on the channel.
yeah,
This Keeper of Secrets looks amazing.
this is by Grim Dark Space TNT.
This Keeper of Secrets looks awesome. I think that Big D sent me this one.
Because he's got a big
Gamecraft Dragon would like to remind you that your Knights lost to the Stinky Boys. Was it Wolfit or was it Thunderwolf dog food? That was Wolfen food. Running Bear.
We have to talk about it.
He asked. So I was just giving details.
Oh yeah, you're more than happy to give details.
I flew the Storm Wolf up.
Oh,
All the Wolfen boys got out
I'm
with the
gonna mute
priest
you.
right next to the knight.
where's the mute?
When you have free rerolls on Wolfen with Thunderhammers, it's kind of mean. Look at this Shrekron. 40K design a day. And
Now I just imagine Necrons when they wake up out of their tomb. Get out of my planet!
this is definitely awesome.
Somebody should have maybe made like I don't know, what are those a scarab or something to match the donkey.
Oh man, or like one of those wraiths,
Yeah.
donkey wraith.
Yeah.
And we still have that 40K design a day challenge we want to do coming up.
Oh man, I
I
can't
sent
wait.
the
And-
Shrekron to Heinrich. I'm like, hey, a new interesting color scheme for you. He's like, no. I'm like, oh.
We still need to get with Gamecraft Dragon when we're going to do our 40K design a day challenge, but we're definitely thinking give a week or two to let things kind of calm down with Indomitus first, because I'm sure Indomitus is going to be in everyone's feed for the next
Yeah.
couple weeks. But
Yeah,
definitely looking forward to doing that challenge.
Are we all going to do the same model, or
No.
at least the same model of a range?
I think we just decided that you can pick any model that you have, because I don't want to tell anyone they got to go out and buy a specific model. So just the only thing we're going to make as far as the rules is something painted to resemble a package.
Right.
You know, any model in your collection painted to a package.
This is by Red Old Studio.
So the new Blade Guard, very cool.
I love that blade.
The blade does look amazing. And I'm sure you gents love seeing some yellow boys represented in the new Indomitus.
Hell yeah, boy. I love the shield. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Fists get the job done.
Damn street.
Except for the guy on the shield.
Yeah, he's done. He's done though.
No, he's still working. He didn't clock out. He's working overtime.
Even in death, he still serves.
Yeah. You know, it reminds me of. I don't know why I keep saying this, but it's the Gray Mother, I guess. Well, I don't know. Is it the Gray Mother?
When-
in
I've already
Skyrim?
forgotten the context. Go ahead.
The Gray Mother in Skyrim, remember? Or what was it? What was it called? Not the Gray Mother. When you're an assassin?
Nocturne.
No. She's in this. It's just like little coffin thingy. You
that's
stealing.
thieves. Yeah. The Night Mother.
Yes, something like that. Something Mother. Yeah. Anyway, she speaks to you. You're the only one that can hear her, and she gives you contracts. Anyway, why did I come? All right.
Yeller Boys. Modeling for Advantage, I've already lost the context because I have goldfish memory. But he says, when you say package, are we talking about like pants kind of package here? Speaking of pants, by the way, if you guys want to go check out the 1,000 sub giveaway for Modeling for Advantage, you can go find out how you can win some excellent prizes. Although some of them, as Kaiser mentioned the other day, are kind of pants. This.
Wow.
That sword.
Wow.
That sword.
That right there is amazing. That was done, looks like perfectly by hand. Holy crap. That is
sword.
Beautiful, guys. That's by Pandemonium Painting.
Good.
Pandemonium Painting. Hats off to you, my friend. That blade.
Freaking indeed, man.
That blade, I feel like you could see from the other side of the room and still be like, that sword's on fire.
Nonsense. That's simple. Oh, God, it is.
Have we had your Lord of Contagion up for Art of the Week yet? It's a good question. But if not, we'll rectify that soon.
What happened?
I'm probably going to say probably not yet, just because unless someone sends it to me, I don't tend to put Death Guard in Art of the Week.
They're gross.
Just not my thing.
As long as we know it's from someone in the community.
No, absolutely.
We get it from
and that's
there. We'll
the thing. If somebody
showcase it.
sends it to me, or if it comes to my attention, like hey, this is Art of the Week. But like out on my own, I don't normally go out and capture Death Guard stuff, for Art of the Week, just because it doesn't interest me.
Oh.
This is a whole bunch of stuff from Grumpy Guy Gaming.
Wow.
Who, by the way, wanted to share with the show for the show tonight.
Pretty cool, man.
And I have a note here from Grumpy. So on the project, so these we're looking at are mobs from Project Elite, one of the board games he's been working on, and actually all together as whole hordes and squads of these things, man, they look incredible. Like, that's a lot more work and effort than I think most people would put into pieces for a board game.
Mm-hmm.
That looks pretty
amazing.
Cool. I love. So he's got tutorials on these flesh hounds, right? And you can, if you go watch his tutorial on these flesh hounds, you can definitely see some really cool, quick and dirty, a great how to wet blend guide. It's really neat because he wet blends in colors I would never think to mix with the skin tone, but when he's done with it all, it looks incredible.
That's pretty crazy.
Elston Nation, good morning, my friend.
Hello, Gona. We are the night to say me. Sorry. Let me open it up a little.
I know I've already done this twice tonight, but I'm going to go ahead and mention it again just because I see Mr. Elstonation here. You can catch the Chilling Wargamers. It will be Elstonation and the Pickle Jar doing an unboxing at 8 a.m. U.S. Central Time or 2 p.m. in the U.K. Unboxing their Indomitus. Before then, from 6 to 8 a.m. in the morning for U.S. Central and 12 p.m., 2 p.m., you catch the Hobby Corner Kev. That's a corner, that's a Kev. Live streaming tomorrow, some Indomitus goodness. And, of course, Gamecraft Dragon at 1 p.m. U.S. Central and 7 p.m. in the U.K. will also be doing some Indomitus unboxings. So check all those out in the morning. Here we've got some Baratheons here. And he says the Baratheons are still missing one unit and the characters, so I won't be posting it to social media for some time, but wanted to share it with the show. So we got a little
freaking awesome, dude.
Preview here, and I just love.
We are so honored, man. Yeah, that he gets to share his whips with us, man. That's so freaking cool.
That's absolutely awesome. And that one is one of my favorite ones with the stag helmet. That's so cool. And that one with the hammer and shield just pointed out like, you.
It's your turn to die.
Those are some good looking models.
Yep, because they're yellow. Wait, what? Okay. Moving right along.
And ka-chow. All right, got some Death Guard goodness on the way.
Here's the note. These Baratheons are still missing one unit. This is what he said. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Grumpy Guy Gaming, by the way, you can find him on, he's on Facebooks, he's on Instagrams, and you can definitely go check out his channel. Like I said, got some great tutorials up for some of these things. Very cool stuff.
wow.
This is from Dice and Demons, and
Wow.
then their note will actually be on the next one. But this is their Nazgul.
Wow, this guy. Man.
I mean, it is such a very, very, I don't know, it has this amazing, to me, it reminds me of like a retro arcade.
Mm-hmm.
Reminds me of like an 80s cartoon villain.
Mm.
Yeah. So cool. So cool. So much pop. I love their painting style in general. Pretty sure Dice and Demons has a YouTube channel too. You can see here, you can go, if you'll scroll up just a little bit, Freak, they can see that Dice and Demons has a Reddit account. So you can check that out if you go on over to the Reddits. But this is their... I wasn't going to share this because I'm like, I don't tend to show people when they send Riptides in for the show because I have a very, 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 very deep and documented hatred for Riptides. But man, the art on this just looks amazing. Like all those hatch marks there they have there, the color scheme, the highlights.
It's like Mardi Gras themed or not, but it's
Right.
like it's good.
Mardi Gras is a good one. I was thinking
Carnival,
of Evangelion is what it reminded me of.
Yeah. Definitely has
Oh,
a
yeah.
carnival feel.
Zane painted a model using only washes today, but it didn't go so well.
Sorry.
Kaiju will be unboxing a can of Pringles. He hasn't decided if he'll stream it yet or not.
Oh, I grabbed this from our the Discord, and I don't know if I have credit for this. I may have done a bamboozle. Oh yeah, there is credit. Okay. A Necron Knight, something that Necron players have asked for many, many moons. And I love the way that they've done the shoulder pads and stuff like that. I love the way like every line is highlighted. Looks pretty awesome. Archer says those paint schemes have an 80s synthwave kind of feel. You're right. Looks like something that might have been on the banner of an arcade machine for Golden Axe or something. That's exactly what I was thinking.
By Ben Smenia.
There we go. 40K for grown-ups is the group that they posted in, and Ben Snenia. So, very awesome. I love the shoulder pads the most on that whole thing. Just really stands out. Makes it pop.
Okay, guys, a little bit of gore warning.
Lots of gore. This is the Pale Orc.
The Palk. Get
And I
ready for
love
it,
that
blood.
trippy effect they managed to achieve.
Oh, yeah. Definitely trippy.
That's so cool. You've probably mentioned how you did that. Is that the Uhu glue trick? I think I remember you saying.
I think he did say that, yeah. Dang,
But I
that
can't
is-
remember for sure how you did it.
Dude, that looks so freaking fresh and goopy and nasty. That looks
Yeah,
so crazy. Oh
The
my
puddle
God.
effect is perfectly done. I
Oh,
really.
absolutely, dude. It's
Also,
Did he
I
get
love.
make it look like the water's moving from where his foot stepped?
Yeah,
yeah. Like yeah, that's insane.
and I love this alternate color scheme because it looks different from what we usually see with the Death Guard.
All right.
It's got a nice like bone tone to it.
Modeling for Advantage says, I loved Golden Axe. Me too. When I told my kids about how you have to kick the little halfling to get treasure, they were like, why? I was like, no, I don't rightly know. The axe looks more like a modern version of the Hunter axe in Bloodborne. Oh, hey, yeah. That's cool. Great job with the cloak, too. You can see some blood staining on the cloak. Flesh cape, everything rusted, and all the gore. Yeah. I really like this take on the Death Guard. It's definitely, a really... It's unique, but also it's got a lot of character to it. I love the rust and the blood. Even though it is very gory, it doesn't look like overblown. I don't know. It fits really well. All right. Next up, we have our main topic. Man, we got through Art of the Week kind of quick and efficiently tonight.
We did.
And, I'm out of the clock.
That was quick and efficiently?
Yeah, actually, for Art of the Week,
seen, we didn't get... Actually, I don't think we got majorly sidetracked once at all. That was actually a pretty straight ride.
Yeah, I think we actually got to enjoy that. Okay, we actually got to appreciate the Art of the Week this time. I mean, just really...
we definitely always enjoy it.
Yeah.
We're usually enjoying Art of the Week and about 15 other things.
Right.
Oh, okay. The blood drip effect was hot glue with Blood for the Blood God.
Really?
The Blood God. Yeah, absolutely.
How did you make it... How was it made that shiny? And I mean, what paints were used? That's interesting. Now you got my curiosity.
Well, he used a technical paint called Blood for the Blood God.
Okay,
which,
that's right. The technical paint.
Stays
right,
shiny.
right.
Yeah, it stays shiny.
Right.
With what you
Wow, very good. Very freaking good, guys.
Zane said, "I'll try hard in the future." Oh no, there was definitely plenty of attempt to derail us there. Lupus says, 16 watching and only 9 likes. Smash the like button. Thank you, my brother. All right, guys. So we've got a couple of questions here. Look at this. The Wolf Brother actually prepped material with actual discussion topics.
We have not done that since we first started the show.
I know, right? Actually, we did do it briefly for a little while when we started doing live discussions.
Through that.
Because we were afraid we'd run out of stuff to talk about, remember?
Right.
And then we realized that your Wolf Brother doesn't shut up, so there's no chance of that.
Oh, wait. Kaiju Short says, grab some ox.
Oh, man. All right. So, guys, I'm going to ask these gentlemen some questions, and then I'm probably going to answer too, just because I want to get in on the fun. But as I ask these gents some questions, I'd really like to get some of y'all's answers in the comments below. So we're going to start with question number 1. And I'm going to start with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, Freak.
What?
So what are you going to miss most?
Both?
What are you going to miss most?
I thought no.
What are you going to miss most about
Like Mike Tyson is talking to me.
7th and 8th edition. So dig deep back into your playtime long ago before we jump to 8th. What's something from that you'll miss?
Well, I don't miss or will not ever miss 7th edition.
Not one thing you miss out of that?
Nope. Don't miss it. Don't at all. Because I mean, and this is what I was really surprised because I took to 8th edition way faster than I did with 7th edition. I mean, when we migrated from 7th to 8th, it was like, I like it. Went right into it. It was easy. I absorbed it. I was in. So I think
I remember from previous discussions.
What?
I know one thing you missed from 7th edition.
One thing from what the templates? You mean?
No.
Oh, okay.
The
What,
Cerberus missile launcher.
the what
From
now?
the Cerberus missile launcher from your Land Speeder Storm. The
Oh,
missile you used to have that used to blind.
oh yeah, the Cerberus. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah,
That
I used
saved
to-
your tail so many times.
many freaking times, like a big flash bang, boom, and that would.
Nobody could hit anything. And it got so nerfed when 8th edition came around. You were
Yeah.
so mad. You actually shelved your Land Speeder for a while.
I did. I never used it. I never pulled it out, man. It's sad. I had not played it once on 8th.
Well, you did at the beginning, and when you were like,
Right.
yeah, this missile launcher does nothing now. So,
Yeah. I'm like, okay, yeah, but I have since then I've not played it.
yeah. So,
Now, to answer your question, going from 8th to 9th, I think I'm not ready to say because I haven't played 9th, and from what I see though, I
right.
think
The changes we've been covering for the last.
yeah. I think if anything, probably just the simplicity of 8th.
Simplicity. I definitely feel that. I definitely feel
That's probably the most. I think that when 8th first came around, I mean it was definitely meant to be simple and easy to jump in on, and that's the one thing that I'm going to miss. And now we're actually have to do a little more homework and study up now with 9th edition. It's almost like, and again, I don't think it's going to be as crazy and critical as 7th, but I do believe that there will take some further learning. And look, the Q&As are already going to start rolling out. I promise there's going to be so many of them, and like everything else, there's going to be a ton of erratas, and so there's going to be a lot of changes in addition. So I'm getting prepared. I'm preparing myself to have to deal with more.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a learning curve for at least a few months.
Yeah.
Welcome, Mini Warmutt. Brother Brian is in the chat.
Hello, Brian. Hey, that's special. He rolled your R's, Brian. So there.
So get some of the answers from the chat, just so I don't fall too far behind.
But that's my answer. So.
Graincraft Dragon will miss Supreme Command detachments and Vigilus Defiance detachments. That is something, especially since I got 2 Imperial Fist players here on a very competitive side, and I don't know if either of you have used this yet. I know Freak, you and I haven't had a chance to really use any of that Vigilus power before 9th edition rolled out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And Commodore, I don't know if you ever took the 9th edition detachments, but they are now, and not that any of us have really talked about
I haven't used any
play.
Vigilus yet.
Huh?
So, yeah, I recently got that book like a month or two ago, Vigilus Defiant. I haven't used anything out of it yet.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So they had a thing in the detachment that would let you spend a CP, and your bolters and heavy bolters would do mortal wounds on 6s. So you stick some of your bolters in, like your hurricane bolters and heavy bolters, and just rake in mortal wounds. One of the guys actually did some math and found out you could do 86 mortal wounds a turn if you, of course, min-maxed it.
Wow.
And that's why Imperial Fist got played for a while there, because the mortal wound mechanic was so good. But
that's right. Iron
unfortunately,
Hands were around that time too, right?
Huh?
That's right. When Iron Hands were.
Yeah, Iron Hands and Fists were both like pretty heavy at the time, and I think more people stuck with the Iron Hands for the survivability. But the fact that you could 86 mortal wound something is just so broken. But before either of you actually got to dip into that supreme power, and I say it's gone, it's still allowed in match play, it's still allowed in friendly games, it's just not tournaments you can use Vigilus for.
Take care, Brian. Have a good night, my man.
Later, buddy. Running Bear will miss drop pod spam. Yeah, that's right. Running Bear is a tournament player, so he misses the drop pod spam in 7th edition and the Chaplain Dreadnought from 8th edition. That is huge. So many people were running. I wonder if you can find them cheap on eBay now, because so many people were running specifically Chaplain Dreadnoughts for tournament play. And now people have all these Forge World models that can't be used in their tournaments anymore, that they bought specifically for tournaments. I actually should try eBay that and see how many people are putting up their Chaplain Dreadnought on eBay right now. Simplicity of 8th, that would be 2 years ago. Simplicity went out the window during the edition. Yeah, the more books they added, it did get more and more technically.
Yeah.
All right, so that's some of their answers. Now I'm going to hit you up a little further back, Commodore, because I know you've played more editions than just 7th and 8th. So what are you going to miss from the editions you played?
What have I missed from previous editions?
Mm-hmm.
I do miss the old armor values for vehicles. So you had the front, the sides, the backs. Because I mean, they wanted to get more. If they're going to like, oh, we want this to be more like in depth, you have to think about it. So that way, you had actually to think about the positioning of your vehicles. I understand why they got rid of it because it could really. It's hard to like because you got to think, well, am I right on this side? Am I right on that side? It was easier to just go like, hey, all around it's toughness.
Yeah. And there were legitimately so many, even though we had a pretty casual store we played at, so many arguments from people on corners like, no, it's on this side. No, it's on this side. No, I get my armor 13. No, you get your armor 11. You know.
Yeah, it's a lot of disputes.
But I also like they kind of got like when they got rid of it, I was mad for a second, but then I realized like when they brought into 8th where everything can wound anything kind of a thing. Not you don't get this point where like. Because like I've been an Imperial Guard player, and I've gotten to the point where matches where it's like, well, I got anything that can hurt a vehicle is now dead, and you have 3 or 4 vehicles left. Good game. I can't kill anything now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were mad about that. Well, anything can wound anything now. You know, the game doesn't matter. It's like a grot can kill an Imperial Knight, but somebody worked out the math. Like, okay, but you would still need like 116 grots to kill an Imperial Knight because the chances of wounding something on that 6 and the knight not making it saves is very unlikely, you know.
And I didn't mind that because, you know, it made the impossible slightly possible. So there was always a chance. Yeah. It wasn't like, oh, yeah, now everything can kill everything on an equal plane. No, that's not true.
They can't be used currently, but they're remaking the Forge World Codices. They will be back, I imagine. That's possible. I'm not sure if they'll bring back the Chaplain Dreadnought because it was so. If they do, I have a feeling they may nerf it because they said one of the reasons they got rid of it is because the Chaplain Dreadnought dominated the Space Marine tournament scene, and it was just in everybody's Space Marine listed. And I think they want to move away from anything that's an auto include. You know, and
I'm gonna read guys. I'll be right back.
Okay, of course, as the meta goes on, there will be different auto includes. You know, people will always find whatever's broken, whatever's most efficient. You know, people are going to find those things, but I think that's what they were talking about. Chaplain Dread going to Legends. There was talk of that, and I think that might be the way they go. It's moving it to Legends, and still allowing it for friendly games, but tournament-wise, I think they plan on retiring. Kaiju misses the old templates. Tyramid Barb Stingler explosions were fantastic. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people like the templates. I feel like just rolling a 2d6 or whatever for your random hits is just faster and more efficient.
Oh, it is. I know, and I even mentioned it because it was an interesting mechanic. It kind of, you know, you can visualize it, you know, just something. But you're right. It definitely took long.
It definitely was an interesting mechanic. But one of the things I really feel like it saves not only time but fairness, guys. We've all had this guy at our store, right? Probably a couple of these guys, right?
That's right.
Okay, and my template here covers all 10 of your guys. Wait. Let me see that. No, it's right here. It's all 10 of you guys. That's only 6 of them. No. If you look at it at the right, you're not looking at the right. You got to come over. I mean, you don't have to come over, but if you were like where I'm standing right now, that's all 10 guys. No, I'm clearly looking at it. That's 6 guys. Or the and your explosion is back that way. Okay, so it's going right here. No, it's going back on your guys. No, look at
the arrow. Yep.
Look at the arrow. It's it's still on your guys. No, I'm looking at the arrow. It's back on your guys. No, man, I'm looking at that last. Yeah, there's so many people who just wouldn't. It wasn't a clean mechanic. It was easy.
You're right. Yeah, I know. It was a fun if it was once it was done right, you know. But yeah, you're right. It was just very messy.
Yeah, it is mess, and I think I only have a bad taste for it because I have unfortunately had to deal with people on the other side that were using it, and of course, let's not forget the one where the explosions flip around and stuff like that. That's the game. People using those templates is what tabled me. My very first tournament I ever went to.
Oh man!
Literally, the first turn of the game. Explosion, 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 explosion. Okay, you're dead. Let's see. It definitely saves time. The Strangler rules were fantastic. If a pod launched, it embedded itself into the ground, and the pod germinated and shot strangle bits out from the target. Oh, that's cool. 7th edition was more fun for friendly games. I mean, I miss a lot of things about 7th, but I feel like the invention of the Triptide wing still scars me from 7th. Anything else from 7th or 8th that you're going to miss, Commodore?
From 7th and 8th? I think in 7th we still had it where characters could join units.
Yep.
Because I understand why they took them out, to keep them separate and all that. But it's just something cool about seeing like your guy surround like part of a squad, leading a squad, surrounded by his guys, not just like. I mean, one of the famous things is like in Imperial Guard, you have your company commander and you have a command squad. So like your banner guy, your medic, your Vox caster, special weapon, and then they'd be all surrounded. They'd be part of your command squad with your command leader. It'd be a 5-man unit. Now it's just like, well, I got a commander over here to the side. It's like, hey, can you call that unit up there so we can send them orders? Okay, sir.
That's true. At least now they have to be within like 3 inches of the squad, which makes it a little better. But that is a neat thing from 7th edition. I did enjoy that.
One thing I'm glad they got rid of from 7th though was I think they got rid of it in 7th to 8th was sponson weapons, where you had the arc of fire on your sponson weapons.
Yes.
So you had on Lehman Russ's, you basically on your side would get a 45-degree angle arc, or a 90-degree angle arc, and then but like Space Marines with their sponson head was like almost 180 degrees, and then you have like, well, I can technically see you around the front of my thing, and that's 89 degrees.
That always annoyed me. I'm like, if you got to bring a protractor to the game,
yeah,
do this.
Like I wasn't good at geometry. I'm sorry. No.
Modeling for Advantage says the problem I have with everything wounding everything, it provokes a whole bunch of dice rolls that do almost nothing, which makes it boring to play through. See, and that I think comes down to the player, because and this is something I talk about with our friends when we're rolling dice, is that one of the things that's hard to teach people is weapon priority, right? You put the things that are most likely, that are best at wounding the things against that target.
Yeah.
I have had friends be like, man, I threw everything I had at this tank. I was like, you shot a bunch of infantry guns, a bunch of bolters and, las rifles at that tank. That's why it's still alive. It's because those aren't tank weapons.
Right.
I mean,
it's about prioritizing,
Yeah. That target priority, I think, can help. It's like, just pointing the right weapons at the right things.
But what it does, it
can provoke somebody into trying to chip away those 1 or 2 wounds with a bunch of dice rolls that do nothing. But I mean, if you're optimizing what you're shooting at what, it shouldn't be a problem.
But it gives you a last ditch effort. I mean, what if you've got everything got blown out, all you've got is infantry. Well, you have a chance. It's not completely. It's like, oh well, pick your hand, I'm done. No,
right.
So,
no, the Hail Mary, it is great for Hail Mary.
Yeah, exactly.
Use it for the Hail Marys, not just first round of the game. Why didn't that work? That's not
right. Well, I'm surprised that didn't work.
We've definitely seen people make that mistake before. Putting the chaplain together from the Indomitus box sucks. Oh man.
Oh. All right.
How is the just card to build? Cool. Okay. So, the thing I'm going to miss most from 7th, and I have a whole video on the top 5 things I'm going to miss from 7th edition, but there's a couple things. One is the Death Pack formation for my Thunderwolves, where if you took the right combination of things, you could make Thunderwolves that White Scar style advance and charge. Oh, I miss that so much. I miss cavalry actually being able to interact with terrain, which now they kind of can again with the 5-inch, vertical attack. So I'm okay with that. And of course, the Arjac Shield Brothers formation is another one I really enjoyed. Which I love the little short story that they published when they put out the Arjac Shield Brothers formation. And reading that little short story made me want to build Arjac Shield Brothers. So I actually have 5 Terminators and Arjac sitting over there that I put together based off of that little short story they published, which was really cool. So I miss those things. The 8th edition. Oh man, what am I going to miss from 8th edition? The simplicity, like we've mentioned. Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing I want to mention about 7th edition. I miss Bran freaking Red Maw.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
Bran freaking Red Maw. And my hope that maybe one day they'll give him an actual, maybe a Primaris model, or maybe they'll bring him back his model some capacity. My hope for that is dwindling away because I was mad they brought over all the Forge World characters except Bran Red Maw from 7th to 8th. And then 8th to 9th, they've axed out all the rest of the Forge World HQs. So it's just all the named HQs are gone now. Well, if they cut the rest, there's no way they're bringing back my Bran Red Maw.
Yeah.
But, but that's why you and I talked about for friendly games, we're going to chop and convert and we're going to homebrew some rules, right? And they're going to be ones that we both agree on. It's not just going to be me being I've got this model and it wins it all.
He's 2 power. He's got weapon skill +2. He's got 16 wounds, but you can't shoot at him because he's got this one amulet.
Yeah, they're all going to be good.
When I play him?
No, they didn't even give Red Maw a Legends profile, which really made me mad.
No.
Which that's one of the things that bothered me most. I mean, Honor my
he
favorite
stopped
character.
existing after 7th.
Yeah, they'll put him in the codex in little fluff parts, saying, and Bran Red Maw was off on this planet doing this. So he kind of still exists in the story somewhere, but it's always as just a side mention of a different story.
Just imagine there's some British guy at GW should we put Bran Red Maw in now? No, we're gonna piss off Mythos some more.
That's what I always said. I don't think he's mad enough. Let's just say he won't come back this edition either.
Freak and I agreed that he gets 1 wound and 6+ armor saves, which gets a -1 if he moves. Wow. Bran Chuck Cunningham Red Maw? I don't get that joke. Someone was going to have to explain that to me. Who's Chuck Cunningham? 8th edition. 8th edition. I don't know. I think I really don't know what I'm going to miss about 8th edition other than, in general, the simplicity, because the layers upon layers. I know we said earlier that halfway through 8th, some of the simplicity went out with more books, but it definitely does seem like there are more steps and more dice rolls to things. I have less anxiety about it now, especially after seeing Mini War Games. Mini War Games. Yeah, Mini War Games put out that tutorial series, and they showed the inside of the new rule book actually has pages of examples and templates of terrain that you might have, and it says you can use these as counts as stats for your terrain. So instead of trying to assign figure out what rules have what, you can just kind of, out of the book, this can count as this can count as this. That's going to help. So I have less anxiety about it, but I have gotten comfortable with, where things are. And even though they've taken out the Supreme Command attachment, I kind of, I feel a little restricted by the number of HQs I can take now, but I'm not going to miss that much. That's I kind of miss that. I don't see why named characters need unique data sheets. It's a rules bloat. Still play him. He's a Wolf Lord. Okay. I get that. But you don't understand who Bran Red Maw was. He was the coolest Wolf Lord that would actually turn into a werewolf on the battlefield. Starting turn 2, you made a roll for him at the beginning of the round, and you would add +1 to it for every melee unit in combat that was actually engaged in battle, him seeing another unit in battle would increase his bloodlust, so you would increase 1 to his roll. And if you rolled a 5 or 6 or something like that, he would turn into a werewolf mid-game. And, it was just really cool. And there was just so many cool moments in the game where, like, I had Brand Redmaw, and I was like, man, the game is, like, so tight. If he turns werewolf right now, this will be great. And then, like, I'd roll, like, 1s and 2s, and Freak would kill me with Lysander. But then I've had to go the other way where, oh, man, I'm losing the game. But, man, I really need that one objective he's standing on. If I can just go get that one objective, and then it was so random luck. It's like when it was such a almost movie style clutch moment.
Yeah. It was a tie changer. Definitely a tie changer, man. Yeah.
Hit that 6. And it's just so cool to see him turn into a giant werewolf on the field. That when I hit that 6, even though like he's my opponent, we're both looking at that dice roll and we both cheer like, oh, it's werewolf time,
Well, I wonder if that's going to be something they do with 9th edition with the Crusade thing, where like as you build your army, like your army changes and your leader can get like buffs and debuffs. I mean, in a sense, you're almost by the end of the Crusade, you have a built character almost. I wonder if they're going to have something where you can take the rules of Crusade and like, hey, if you want to build a character, make your own special character, here's the things, like, nothing like crazy where it's going to be like overwhelm or overshadow their actual named characters that they produce that they want you to buy. But like, hey, if you want to have a captain that has an extra wound or a better save, or it's gonna like, hey, if you want to have a better weapon skill to like +2, it's gonna be an extra 10 points on the model. And if you want to have an extra toughness, something kind of add a little bit character, because like maybe you want a captain that's like, he's a range captain, like he carries a bolter and he shoots guys down, so maybe you increase his ballistic skill, and it kind of adds some character to that, and you could do stuff like that. But I mean, I guess that's also what you could do with the relics and such. Like if you give a relic to
sure,
you could build them that way. So, well, that was our conversation when he and I were actually. I remember where I was on my way home, and I said, "Dude, I miss your Brand Redmaw. I thought that was the coolest. It was the one character that had such a cool mechanic and dynamic. It was so much fun, even though, oh god, I'm about to get my ass whipped, and it was just so cool that he would just wolf out. And so I was like, Mythos, we've got the opportunity to build. Let's get him back, And he was like, "Whoa, dude, you know what? That's a really good idea. Yeah, let's just play test him." And sadly, I wish we were able to play test him in 8th, but it's just been busy as heck, and Mythos is still working on trying to get a model. But I think the rules are going to be very similar, mainly the rules to Wolf Out. I think it will be very similar to 7th. But, of course, there's going to be some slight changes to accommodate for 8th or 9th. And I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait for that because it was a really cool. Now, to Mythos' defense on that is that I feel like something was taken away and was never restored. So now we're left to have to rob, build, and pillage pieces to build one. We got a Frankenstein of Brand Redmaw now. Now we got to give it rules that it did have at one point. It's kind of like, wow, you just took it away for no reason. You didn't kill him. Lore has not killed him. You didn't murder him. He's still around somewhere. But doing what? Is he in the toilet? Taking a massive deuce? What is it? Come on, he's around. Let's get him back on the table.
Apparently, freak. He's a space wolf. He's dragging his butt across the carpet.
He does this. He does it all the time. Butt scooching.
Oh, apparently, all the Forge World named characters apparently had that same taco night, and now they're all,
they're all god,
restrooms and outhouses.
Yes, Archer, poop jokes. This is what I do.
Kaiser says, I hear you meet those, but if you're in it for the stories, then say that, switch the model, kiss the dice, and fight. And that's exactly why we're making the homebrew rules.
Yeah.
And it's just for when the two of us are playing. and I don't plan on being unfair with it, guys. He and I are going to agree on things,
Yep.
and plus, I already plan on paying through the nose. So if like, if the stats for werewolf mode we decide are like, say, a wolf and dreadnought, which I think it would be the closest equivalent for a giant werewolf, then I'm going to pay for both a wolf lord model and a wolf and dreadnought. Pay for both models, regardless of whether or not I pull off the transformation.
Because you're gonna have like, you got to give Freak something, so it's like, okay, my space wolf can transform into a werewolf. Your Imperial Fist can Autobot transform into a wall.
Oh,
Come on, Ben, do it.
Autobot transformed into that new Hammerfall turret. Like, oh, you turned into a wall. Ooh. Oh, God. Just firing rockets. Heavy bolters everywhere. Oh, God.
Imperial Fist transform. But sir, we're just a wall. Shut up.
Hold the line.
Hold the line.
All right, guys. What's something from 7th and 8th edition that each of you are not going to miss? You are glad to be rid of it.
Okay. Well, the complexity of 7th, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I am also not going to miss the newly acquired complexity of 8th because it was very simple and then it got complex.
I don't know, but some of those extra layers were things that really boosted and pumped up your Imperial Fists. Like
it did. It did. It did. But I get it. I'm not sad about that. I'm all right. I'm okay with that. But my point is that it did get a little more cumbersome from the original, right? Remember, they made a big deal.
Yeah, because if you think about it, you have, just thinking from Marine's point of view, you have your base book, you would have your chapter specific book,
Right.
and then if you wanted to take anything out of like Vigilus, you would need Vigilus. So there's what? 3 books right there.
Yeah.
and Psychic Awakening.
Psychic Awakening.
And on, you would have more. So like, and some of them weren't even like, you wouldn't even get that great of benefits to it. Like in the Greater Good, because I wanted like, oh hey, it's good, Greater Good. You can build your own like Imperial Guard regiments or Tau stuff. Like there's some okay stuff in there. But I mean, it was just like you'd go to play your game and you'd have to have at least a minimum of, well, depending on what army you're playing, you have a minimum of 2 to 3 books to look through, not counting a rule book.
Right. Yeah, a lot of supplements.
Yeah, and if you didn't have that book and you were playing against an opponent that did, now you're like, well, wait, what does that do? How does that work? I don't know what that is.
That's fair.
So it slows down the game. I mean, it opens up to like, okay, well, it's not just like if I'm playing against an Imperial Fist player, they're gonna play this way, or if I play against a Tau player, they're most likely gonna play a Riptide list, but they might not.
Hurt my soul a little bit with the accuracy there.
I actually I haven't played my Tau in like over a year, but I've never played a Riptide list. I have 2 Riptides, never played them. I was always a fan of the crisis suits. My favorite strategy with my Tau is always dropping in crisis suits. I thought that was my favorite thing.
Right on. Let's see the original Riptide wing. I mean, there are variations of it out now, but I'm glad to be rid of the original Riptide wing. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely glad to be rid of the Riptide wing. And if I think my favorite thing I would say that I'm glad to be rid of in the 7th edition is the Riptide wing. Also, unpopular opinion, I'm actually glad to be rid of the blast templates too. It's a neat mechanic. I just didn't like how it operated.
It's very clunky.
Oh, another thing I missed from 7th, I miss Geokinesis.
Oh.
Calvary, you surfing over on a piece of terrain. That was cool. But some of the crazy shenanigans that psychic powers, for instance, the Super Friends, as they used to call it, the Death Star, where you would put Iron Hands with Space Wolves, and then you would give them invisibility, and you would give the Cavalry a 5-up feel no pain. And it's like, oh, you can only hit me on 6s. And if you do manage to hit me, I have invul saves and feel no pain. Definitely gave Space Wolves a bad name, and I think that is why they got punished so hard in 8th edition, is because people were taking those broken strategies. So I'm glad to be rid of that.
Good morning, Grumpy.
Grumpy Guy Gaming. Good to see you, my friend.
You just shared a lot of your goodies on our Art of the Week, my man.
Absolutely. I will not miss. Didn't play 7th, played 2nd and 3rd. Will not miss turning templates.
Yep.
From 8th, will not miss complaints that Primaris are playing. Look at them now, bitches. Yeah, they definitely have lots of detail on them.
I'm going to disagree with Running Bear on that, with Overwatch being taken away. Like, I've never personally been on the receiving end of Overwatch being overpowered, shooting or being shot at. But I mean, to make it a command thing now, it just makes it like, okay, I got a gun. There is a crazed maniac with a chainsaw charging at me. I've got to wait for my commander to tell me, like, hey, you should probably pop off a couple shots before he gets there. Like, I can understand, like, hey, if you were in defensible terrain, you get, like, a bonus to it. But, like, to have Overwatch taken away, and then they take it away, but then to piss everyone off again, they're like, well, the Tau get it. And, like, that was just one of the most dumb things that GW could do. Like,
I agree with that. I agree with that.
But Tau get it. Yeah. Yep. But, I mean, it makes sense because, like, if someone's running at you and you've got a gun, you're going to shoot it.
Yep.
I mean, with how difficult they're making 9th, I could see them saying, like, hey, if a model's within so many inches when it declares its charge, they don't have time to prepare to Overwatch, kind of a thing. But if they're more than, let's say, 6 inches away,
but that's what the penalty is for. You have to you have to roll a 6.
Yeah, 6.
I mean, that's a hell of a penalty to even be able to fire a shot. I get it. It's a last ditch gesture. I wish they would give us the option, to say, you know what, you can choose to Overwatch, or you can just say pass. But you're only going to do it now. You can only do it for 1 unit. That's it, because you can't spend another command point to Overwatch again. So I don't know. I'm still a little on that one.
I got a feeling like 9th is going to be very close combat focus. I really got a feeling that's the way it's going to go.
I think so too.
Yeah. So far, I've seen a good dozen battle reports lately, and the close combat armies have gotten stomped in the balls every time so far. I mean, I'm hoping as people learn, of course these are early games, right? Mm-hmm. We're all learning a new system. Hopefully, as we all get used to the rules more, that stops happening. But man, I kept thinking, man, I'm going to watch these battle reports. This 9th edition is going to be about melee, and I'm cheering for oh god, they'll never have kids again. So hopefully it goes a little better. And I know as Imperial Fist players, you guys have a very gun focus, so you obviously are going to think very differently. But honestly, and I'm going to even say this as someone who plays against gun, except for Tau, I very, 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 very ever seldom see Overwatch pay off anything. It's like, well, we took 5 minutes to roll all those dice, and you hit nothing. Congratulations.
The only time I've had Overwatch be even moderately effective is I was playing a match against my brother-in-law, and I was playing my IG, and he was playing his Chaos Space Marines. And I dropped in some Scions, Pine Lines, shooting at the Chaos Lord with regular fire, nothing's hitting, doing no damage. Charges them, I Overwatch. Oh, now I'm doing a wound or 2 on them, but they get slaughtered, so they fall back, kind of a thing. Shoot him again with regular ballistic skill, nothing goes through. He charges again, I Overwatch, I get another wound on him, and then they all die. So I got 2 wounds on this Chaos Lord just through Overwatch. So yeah, but I mean that's just like a dice when it comes down to that.
That's fair. I was playing your friend's Gorka Morka army in 3rd. 1 turn, I rounded a corner, and the entire army died in crashes. Didn't play orcs again until 8th. Wow. All right. Next question. And actually, we've kind of dipped a little bit into this. What are some of your most memorable moments from 7th edition, 7th and 8th?
Imperial Knights versus Death Guard at Big D's house. Just when he got so, I may have lost that match, but I kept my pride intact because I killed him. I slaughtered the crap out of his army, but he beat me strategy-wise, which I'll freely admit. Like, if you would have seen the two armies before the match, like, okay, and then afterwards where he had like 3 guys left, and you're like, oh, the Knights probably won. Like, no, we were too busy killing things to actually play the game. But like in the he was trying to kill my warlord, and he's trying to shoot. He's like literally pumping shot. And I'm like, nope, save. He's like, just die already. And I'm like, not gonna. I'm just here to piss you off now at this point.
See, those are always moral victories to me. I don't have to win the game, but if I'm killing stuff, I'm happy.
Yep.
Yeah, like I very rarely win kind of a thing, but I remember I was playing one match where I had my commissar I was getting my ass kicked in the match, and he was bringing up his Hellbrute, and I'm like, you know what? I got tied up for a second. Let me just charge with this lone commissar. And of course, it had the flamer on it, so it's overwatching with the flamer. I take the wound, but as he charged through and like we do the combat, like he actually does a wound on this dreadnought. So I'm thinking like, all I see is this commissar jumping through a wall of fire. Dragon Force starts playing. He like plows his power sword into it and just deals some damage. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm a commissar," and then just gets smacked down. Now
That's
you
awesome.
goop.
That's awesome. Freak. We've had some games, man.
We've had some games. Yes, we did. And honestly, I mean, like Commodore, it didn't matter to me if I lost. You know, of course, I enjoyed it when I won. Rarely. But it was more so the fun of the game. What I did not like was getting flat out tabled. I despise that, especially when I played Atlas. That was the worst freaking game that I have ever had, because it was absolutely okay. He played his Death Guard and his those zombies. What the hell are they called?
Poxwalkers?
Yeah, Poxwalkers. Yeah, and it was nonstop. I mean, everything that I would murder, and I was wiping these things off the table just for them to come back up. And you know, like, wait a minute. Lysander is now a freaking zombie. All right, great. You know what? That just ruined my day. You know, and the way he had him surrounded where I could not kill. Oh, there you are. Hey, you dirtbag. Yeah. What's going on, Atlas?
Atlas, my brother.
Yeah, so he had his character. You know, his character, it was just perfectly safe, surrounded by some of these dang things, and I couldn't touch him. I could not touch him. I'm like, what the flip? I was losing my stuff, man. And worst game of my life, man. I was just ill, dude. I was just ill. And yeah, I learned a lot. I did learn a lot, but I learned that was broken crap right there, and I was like, man.
So, Freak, do you enjoy the game more when it's fun, where like in a sense where it's like more balanced, or where it's more fun when there's like a fun story going on with it, or you're enjoying it because like maybe stuff going on the field or around the table, like cracking jokes kind of thing? Or
Well, that's a good question, actually. So, okay, I enjoy the game even if I'm losing. I'll enjoy the game as long as I'm making a decent effort. I'm like Mythos. I'm taking something off the table. I don't care, you know, if it's like 1, 2, couple, you know. I'm taking something off the table, and I'm going down fighting. Okay, I'm okay with that. And I love scenarios. Like we played the Comet scenario a lot. That was a fun scenario, and it was because you never know the randomness. You never know where that comet was going to land on one of the 4 quadrants of the table. You know, 5 quadrants of the table actually. So that was made it so interesting, and so you know it was just a lot of fun, and of course the banter. You know, the smack talk,
banter.
you know, that kind of thing. And of course, oh man, I love that. And being around the guys, it's just an enjoyable thing. What I never liked, what really gets me and Mythos is Okay. Bottom of turn 1. My turn. I'm going to, because I just had 30 models just wiped off the table. So let me see if I can do something here. Roll 1s. Okay. That was my psychic. Now for the shooting phase. 1s. Or better yet. Okay, let me here's my the only aggressors I have left. So I'm gonna roll for my 2 aggressors. All right, look at this. I have 18 shots. They all hit. All right, roll for wounds. All failed wounds. All right, or even better yet,
Rick has this weird relationship with the dice where, like, early in the game, he rolls so hot.
Yeah.
Like his round 1, he's amazing.
Yep.
And then somewhere halfway through turn 2, the dice go ice cold.
The dice just flip me off, dude. They're like, what? Who's dude? We're done. We're taking a break. We are like union dice, okay? It's like, God. So yeah. Bottom of turn 1.
Good night, guys. Are my brother.
You know, it's like, okay, that's it. I'm hosed. They gave up. But it's like, and now I'm just pissed. I'm like, you know what, man? Hold on. I might have something reserved here you can kill. Look, there you go. Go ahead and murder that, Mythos. And Mythos is just dying laughing. He's like, dude, come on, we're having fun. Oh, yeah, I'm having fun, too. I'm having fun watching my stuff get blown the hell out of it. Oh, hey, you missed that one. What do you do? You just couldn't see that one? Go ahead, kill that one, will you? What? You want more? Hold on. I got my box still there. I'm probably stuff that I haven't used to put on there. I know it's not part of the army, but you know what? You'll have fun here. And, I just want to shake them all on the table and say, all right, yeah, kill them all.
Hey, here, you want to bring my green army plasmin? You start killing them too.
Start using Bubba's army, you know.
It does suck when the dice gods go against you.
Gosh, yeah, it's horrible. And
I can sour your mood quick.
Oh man, and that's funny because we get our own. Like I get sarcastic and snippy, and Mythos just gets quiet and just whatever, man. It's like his guy's like.
I stopped using words after a while.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna spend a command point for this. Do you do anything? Everything is just gestures. Okay, and I'm gonna shoot at this unit now.
And it's like the countenance, and just you can see it, and it's like, and he's like, well, that's everything. I've done absolutely whiff the entire. All right, it's your turn, freak.
It's just the quiet, defeated personality.
So
I've accepted my fate. Just get it over with.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
We have our own version of saltiness on the table.
We have a couple battle reports where, for some reason, I don't know, we were both moody that day, where the dice kept shifting to the other person's favor. So one round he'll do his pissed salty thing, and then the next round he's fine, and I'm doing the quiet defeated thing. And then the next round it swings back in the other direction.
Dude, that was that was a coffee game. A coffee table game.
Yep.
Yeah. And that was the most emotional roller coastered game that we've ever had.
The dice were so hot.
Golly, dude. I'm serious. Because
We have for a while, our friends would pass it around our WhatsApp group. That was a meme of me. I rolled 8 dice for saves once. This is one of my most memorable 7th edition moments. I rolled 8 dice for saves. I got 8 ones. I could not recreate that again if I tried.
How? Are you using the wrong weighted side dice?
I remember that Atlas. Oh my gosh. So Atlas says, I've never seen Mythos as salty as when we played that 2v2 game. Oh my gosh. It was almost awkward saltiness. It was that.
Is that the time that you took the bike and I didn't realize the bike could take the objective? I did get salty.
Oh my gosh, dude. We were like, dude, it got super awkward. We were like,
well, okay, because I called it at the very beginning, I said, as the close combat army, they're going to alpha strike me first turn. And they did. Both of them ganged up, wiped me off the board, and there was just basically my partner was playing by himself against 2 people. I called it at the very beginning of the game. I said, I'm the only CC army. They're going to wipe me off the board first turn.
Well, yeah, you said, yeah, you even said, yeah, because you said, what was just that, yeah, I mean, it's just because we were rolling to see who would go first, and it's like, well, if I don't go first, that's it. I'm gonna get wiped out. And we, of course, Atlas.
The way the table was set up.
Yeah,
they were the way the table was set up. It was kind of like my partner and I guess we had taken, like 2 sides of the board, and both of their armies were clustered right around me. And I said, I'm about to get ganged up on so hardcore. This is about to look like the wrong anime. This is going to look like the wrong hentai here in 5 minutes.
But it was the logical choice. It really was. So it made sense to do that. And so, oh my gosh. And the moment that it happened, dude, it just got real. Commodore, it got real that moment, dude. We were like,
Ethos is just gonna, like, next time it happens, just hands him like a bottle of lube. Like, hey, at least use this before you team up on me.
Yeah, I mean, like 2/3 of my army, or a little more than we worked out the points. A little more than 2/3 of my army was dead before I got to roll my dice.
So freaking true, dude. No, it was pretty close to being tabled. It really was. It was the closest thing to being tabled.
I was just like, oh. And then my partner over there is completely untouched, just looking at me like.
Well, I think what made it worse, though, is Atlas. Atlas is such a nice guy. He is such a nice guy. And the first thing he'll say is like, oh, well, you might have a chance. Look, you've still got these guys, and you got.
Atlas is the most positive Warhammer player I've ever played.
You still got these guys. I'm going to shoot at them, but you still got them right now.
That was one of my memorable moments I was going to say from 8th edition. So I had refused ever since 7th edition. I had refused to play against Tau. Ever since my brother Cloud, we were at a tournament together where we were supposed to be paired up as a team, and at the very last minute, the TO said, "Hey guys, 2 of the other teams canceled, 2 or 3 of the other teams canceled, so y'all are just going to fight each other." And I was like, I don't want to play against the Tau. And so the TO saw this is going to be funny. We'll make the first opponent the Tau. And it took me literally longer to set my models up on the table for deployment than it took for him to kill me. Literally set up took longer.
Set them up. Look how cool they look. I'm going to take them down now.
Yeah, so I refuse to play against Tau since then.
I should just have you play against my Tau. I personally, I play Tau. I haven't played him in a while, but I don't see how good. I mean, I've never played a Riptide list, but I don't see how overpowered. Because I've been beaten plenty of times with my Tau. I probably have more losses than wins. But when I'm going around, I play to build a cool strategy or what I think looks cool. That's why I do a bunch of crisis. I do a lot of crisis suits to drop in because I think that's cool. I like that imagery of these little mini Gundams just falling from the sky, going, "We kill you all."
Well, that's how Atlas was. Atlas was not into. Yeah, go ahead, Mythos.
And so Atlas, going back, Atlas is the nicest Warhammer player I've ever met, literally ever. And it's funny. He's like, you know what? You've come a long way since 7th edition, and you're a much better player now. And I don't overpower my list. I think you could. I think you're ready to take on the Tau. And by the way, this day already boded ill for me. We tried out a new store, and when Freak and I walked in, there were 7 tables and 8 Tau players. I 8 Tau players on 7 tables. One was Tau versus Tau.
There's one Tau player in the wings. Okay, once they table one table, I can get in on that game.
And so, I already was I'm uncomfortable here. And Atlas was don't worry, man.
Like a cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
You can do this. You've come a long way since then. Okay. And first turn, I threw everything I had at him, and his shield drone shrugged off everything but 1 wound. I did 1 wound to him in the entire first turn. And he just shrugged. I mean, he just shield run everything. And he's just like, oh man. And he's like I said, he's the nicest guy ever. He's just like, oh golly, wow, golly gee. And
he went. He's the Andy Griffith of Tau players. Okay.
I understand like being like nicer in a game, like a game, but like, there's some points where it's just like, no, stop being nice. Be a bit of an asshole.
Yeah. And so he's just
you
like,
built the list. You knew what you were doing.
and then his Tau commander just came up the field and just wiped out my Wolfen with the 3-up invul, with the 5-up field no pain. They just came up the field and just wiped them out. It's just like, oh wow, I got some really lucky with those rolls. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. He's like,
are
gee,
you
Willikers.
using like wrong-sided dice or something? Like they just have 1s and 2s on them.
and
wait, there's a number above 3.
It was funny because it was just like everything, and he's very persuasive too. He's charismatic, you know, and it's that positivity that is almost infectious. And every round, I'm just like, holy crap, bro! You just wiped a third of my army off turn 1, and I did 1 wound to you in turn 1. He goes, yeah, but look, you still got all this. You've got your Thunderbolt here. You still got this. You know, you can do a lot of damage. You know what? When you get in close combat with me, I'm Tau. I'm going to be dead anyways. Okay, you know what? Like, he pumped me up. I was like, okay, maybe I can do it. So we went on to turn 2.
Silly wolf. He thinks he's going to get into close combat with me.
And I killed, I think, I don't know, ghost suits, I think. I finally kill a unit. I'm like, yes! And his Tau commanders come in and wipe out, like, I think I had 1 Wolfen left and 1 Thunderwolf left. And my Wolf Lord got blown away in the face by a Tau commander. I was just like, holy crap. I think was it like 4 Meltas you can stack on a Tau commander. And I'm just like, holy crap. That just melted my Wolf Lord. So I've got no HQ. I've got 1 Thunderwolf left. I've got 1 Wolfen. And I'm like, I am down to like 3 models. And I'm like, it's the end of turn 2, and I'm down to 3 models. And again, he is so charismatic and positive. His positivity is infectious. He's like, okay, it looks bad, but look at this. Like you're already in combat with my commander here. If you take out the commander, the rest of my guys are dead. And he's like, and he's locked up in combat. And it's like, yeah, you're right. And he's like, and if you do this and you come over here in the Wolfen, he's got the feel no pain, and he's got, you know what? I really feel like if you can just wipe out this commander, and the drones here won't be able to do any damage. So I mean, they're there, but once you kill
the really playing at that point, like you're just standing like and he's like moving the models around. Well, I'm gonna take this Tau unit, and he's like, oh, I put Tau over here.
Yeah, it'll be kind of. It's just like, don't worry, you do this. If you do this, you do this, it'll work out just fine. Don't worry about it. He's like, don't worry, you can pull this back, he does. And so I went into turn 3, like he convinced me. I was like, yeah, you know, I'm going to give this a good try. I'm really going to try. I went in and I had one of the best set of rolls I ever had with that Wolfen and Thunderwolf. I managed to get them both into combat with that same Tau commander, and I hit with all Thunderhammers, and I must have dealt like, I think we counted, it was like 32 points of damage with my Thunderhammers. Those shield drones shrugged off every single one. It was like 36 points of damage, and he didn't feel one of them. I was so mad. I was like, never again. I'm never playing against Tau again. 36 wounds, just shrugged them all off. He's like, man, you really had me going up until the end. And I said, no, I didn't. That's not even the same game. What game were you watching?
Yeah, you're worried I might get a wound on me.
He's that guy that can convince you to feel good about a game that you did horribly in because he's got that nice guy persona.
Yep.
He's very good at it.
So Atlas is the cult leader, is what you're saying.
He really could be. I really feel like if he wanted to, Atlas could be a cult leader.
Yep. I'll drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I like grape. Oh, thank you. Also, to be fair, my favorite games was my Imperial Guard versus Mythos' White Scars. Those were really fun games. Did Atlas have a porn stash and candy down by the river in the van when he told you that your Space Wolves could take out Tau? Wait, is that what that white van was? I did fail 3 charges that game. Some of that was on me, but some of that was also like, wow. So those Tau did so well. Eventually, it's like, yeah, well, you might be losing the T-shirt, but it looks really good on you. Yeah, you're losing, but that T-shirt really looks good on you, Mythos. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Atlas. Also, Atlas, you don't have to lube the puppy hard before you do him hard. Oh, man. I never realized I scared both of you. Scarred both of you. I'm sorry again. I'm all Imperial Guard now, and hopefully there'll be no more scarring.
Have you seen how we rolled?
9 Asculus to the field.
It definitely made for a memorable moment because it kept just like the way it was just so positive and so bad at the same time. That one will forever live in my memory.
Yep. He was the doctor when you were a kid, right? Who would stab you in the arm with a needle and give you a lollipop at the end.
The lollipop was the pep talk each time.
Yep.
All right, real quick, guys. We are running out of time. What are you looking forward to most in 9th? And I'm going to go ahead and combine these two since we're running short on time. What are you looking forward to in 9th? And how do you think it's going to change your list or in your play style? You think you'll change how your army works in 9th?
I think so. For me personally, especially my fists, I think I'm going to be moving more towards a melee balance fighting style. I don't think it's going to be entirely shooty. I spent a lot of my time forging a very shooty army in 8th edition. And I tried to dip my toe in melee, but I wasn't quite really happy with it, especially with the Inceptors. I was really hoping that the Inceptors were a little more, because they had that assault keyword, and of course they had that rule where if you charge them, you can really do some serious smackdown and actually have that mortal wound. Yeah. Yep. But I never could get that. I never could capitalize on it at all. So I kind of stuck with the shooty, with the range stuff.
It's funny because you even kind of geared some of your lists for a while.
Yep.
Like, I'm going to start learning a little more melee.
Yep.
And you would put like Terminators with Power Fist in your list.
Right.
But then it's like you changed your mind at the last second. You would deep strike them somewhere and just use the bolters and use them as a gun line.
That's exactly right. Because for some reason, they were not fast enough to catch. That's just it. They weren't fast enough to really catch, the cavalry or anything else. And by the time they made their way down the board, the tables, that they were getting their butts chewed by cavalry, or it just didn't work well enough for them. So, but I'm thinking now in 9th, I'm thinking now the rules are kind of bend a little bit to allow for a good balance for both, and that's what I'm looking at. So I'm going to be tailoring my my army for both, especially with these amazing these assault intercessors. That's going to be pretty crazy.
I think it's interesting, the yin yang. When we moved over to 8th, I was running a pure melee list, and I had to learn to balance shooting into my melee list.
Right.
Now that we're going into 9th, you're running a full gunline list. You're having to learn to balance into melee.
Yeah.
Tommy, how do you think it's going to change your play style?
I think I'm gonna I usually make my army's usually pretty static, especially with my fists. So I think that's going to change in a sense, like what Rick is talking with bringing melee into the army or having dedicated melee in the army. But then
So
I think
intercessors seems to be the way he wants to move forward with that. How do you think you want to incorporate some melee?
I really love those Blade Guard. I think those are going to be a really good. If not, if they don't get into melee, I think people are going to be so worried about them. They're going to become a fire magnet. It's like, fine, okay, focus on those guys. They can soak up some wounds.
Yeah.
Not everything else. People, I think people forget about that in these days. Like, oh man, they're shooting up all my good stuff, and it's like, well, not shooting at everything else. If they want to focus all that fire into 3-6 guys because they're Blade Guard and they're really worried about, cool, let them do it. Let them waste shots.
They'll absorb blood. Yep.
Hmm?
To
and then you get a counterattack back from that. But I think vehicles are going to be really cool to have in, and I think I really want to see how the terrain is really going to affect the game too, because from all these battle reports I'm hearing, placement is you can't really just I'm going to put these guys here. It's more like you got to really think about where you're placing guys now, because that's really going to affect stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of an interesting point to bring up. So with vehicles being more powerful in ninth, what vehicle do you think you want to add to your army in the future? Freak, same question.
I've got a repulsor out, like I built in base that I really do need to paint up, but I really want to get that repulsor executioner just so it just looks like a monster of a vehicle.
It is pretty awesome.
I do want to get that. I want to get the executioner. I still have.
I love the regular.
Yeah, I still have a Sikaran, whatever, that I have not put together or painted. I really want to get that on there. I've got some really cool.
If it, you've been mentioning that your pile of shame is getting too big. You could just get your Forge World bag. You could hand me the Sikaran, and that'll be one less thing for you to paint up, brother. Just I'm willing to help you out.
You failed your bluff roll.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna paint my flippin' Sikaran.
Sikarans are amazing.
Yeah, and so I love the look. I love that when Mythos got his done. It just looks so great on the table, and it definitely packs a mean punch. It really does. So it definitely does the job. So I think the Sikaran, and I definitely want to get an executioner. So I'm looking at definitely both of those for sure.
Awesome. For me, playstyle change, I definitely want to get a whole bunch of those Primaris bikes for my White Scars. I definitely want to see, now that you can, it seems more viable. I want to try and make pretty bike focused list. But then there's so much cool stuff. I love my existing White Scar army. I want to try incorporating new stuff. Now, as far as play styles, I definitely think the speed lists will be helpful. And I don't know. Now that vehicles are going to be even better, I'm really looking forward to actually getting a chance to use my Contemptor in the list. Because I love Contemptor Dreadnoughts. And I made such a cool winged Contemptor. I want to see it actually in battle. But overall, with the rules changes, I'm really looking forward to incorporating more melee components. And whereas I'm usually very skimpy on running minimum command points, so that way I can get that Vanguard detachment or Outrider detachment. Now that everybody's getting the same command points, I think it's going to let me incorporate more stratagems and overall combos and strategies in. And instead of now that you get the same command points for whether you're using a patrol, battalion, whatever, I think instead of trying to spam Vanguards, I think I'm going to, do the patrol at very least, get in one troop choice, and then I can get my other slots for fast attack for your elites and whatnot. That comes with some. And so, I don't know, it's going to change the way I compose my list for sure. But of course, you want to take less detachments and smaller detachments. There's going to be less things like I'm going to try and have one Cyber Wolf here holding this objective. I'm going to have one attack bike here holding this objective. It's going to lead to me combining a lot more things, like put an attack bike with my bike squad, put a Cyber Wolf with the Fenrisian Wolf squad, instead of running three. There was one list I took against Freak where I had 5 Fenrisian minimum size Fenrisian Wolf squads, but now I'm more tempted to put them all into one because I need, I've only got a couple of fast attack slots. I need to also fit in my cavalry. I need to also fit in, my other fast attack stuff.
And also you have to deal with the change in point values too, because the cost is actually has gone up. So we're not going to take
they
as
say
much.
The average game you're losing about a whole unit squad from your typical 2,000 point list. So we all want to, which is always a crazy feeling because you want to take more of your toys, right? Like, I painted this up and I painted this up and this looks good and this is cool. So I think it's going to be fun though. You guys have any trends you think you'll see? You think you'll see that some people say this edition is the death of hordes and everybody's going to be running minimum small units. Some people say that Malay is going to win. What armies do you guys feel like are going to come out on top so far?
Tyranids.
I think people are like, if armies are getting smaller, you're gonna be losing a unit. Even with the bonuses you're gonna get against hordes, I mean, yeah, okay, if they're they got more than 11 guys, and you get heavy 6 or heavy 3 or your D3 or whatever. Okay, so I don't 20, 30 boys. You think you're gonna kill that in 1-2 turns, maybe?
I don't think
you
so.
might get it down to half.
Yeah, that's.
And especially if they do the jump and they're right behind you. I think people are. There's going to be some strong horde lists out there.
I agree. I think if they utilize all the rules in ninth, especially reserves, tactical reserves, I think that can actually cause some serious problems. Especially if they're bringing stuff from reserves on turn on a battle. Was it turn 2? And I'm telling you, there's going to be some things that can really make horde armies a pain in the rear. So I really think that's very possible.
Cool, good prediction. So you guys are seeing a horde edition this year. On the opposite, Gamecraft Dragon says it's going to be a year for the custodian. That's the very opposite end of the spectrum.
Well, how hard they're to kill now, you're gonna have less stuff to shoot at them. I could see them being harder.
Archer's ready to look for Terminator equivalents in primaries, Devastator equivalents, which we're kind of getting with the Eradicators. Stuff with actual jump packs. Those would be cool. Yeah, some Malay Inceptors would be really cool. I'm looking forward to how good Space Wolf Dreadnoughts will be with Terminators. Oh, yeah. I ran that for the beginning of 8th. An all Dreadnought list would be really fun with Space Wolves. You don't like the new Devastators? What's wrong with you? Those Eradicators look amazing. Okay. So lots of cool stuff here, guys. And by the way, the Nerd Life dropped in. So good to see you.
Hey, man.
Richard. Awesome. So lots of cool answers here, guys. This was kind of a fun chat, guys.
I really enjoy this, man. I wish we could do it a little longer.
This reminds me of when 8th edition came around. We sat down with brother Shroud, and we had our 8th edition, going into 8th edition talk. We got to do this kind of with Commodore for 9th edition.
Right, yeah.
Any closing thoughts for you, Commodore?
You get a box, enjoy it.
Yes.
Go on, Marley. Yeah.
Freakalicious.
Hey. Honestly, I'm not going to get the box. I'm going to wait. I am going to get the rule book. We'll talk Mythos because I'm going to go ahead and order that soon. But I think overall, I'm really excited. The more we talk about it, the more I'm watching some bat reps here and there, and more discussion on the rules. It's like the more I'm really excited to really start getting to learn 9th edition and actually play a game. I really can't wait to get into it, man. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to take a little learning, but again, I don't think it's going to be anywhere near like 7th edition. So
very cool, very cool. I am getting the box tomorrow. I'm going to pick it up right at the crack of noon. I'm going to be bringing it back here, and immediately I'm going to go into some building. I'm going to try and get an early White Scars bike squad painted up. See if I can get that out there early on the interwebs for the YouTubes.
Awesome.
And that's my goal, is see how quickly, but still with my quality, right? I'm not just going to trash it, but I'm going to try and get see how early I can get a squad of White Scar bikers out.
That's going to be cool.
And work on something else too.
Awesome.
In fact, I think for some of the day, Brother Meeks and I plan on hooking up online and doing some online, just hanging and painting out, not on YouTube or anything, just hanging out, in with some video chatting and just painting together. If any of you guys want to get in on some painting and chatting too, send me a DM. If you guys want to get on it. I'm not sure what time. Like I said, I'm getting the box somewhere around noon, and sometime after that's when we'll be painting. So, and that's noon, of course, Central Time. So if you guys want to paint with us, just send me a DM and we'll work something out. I'll let you guys know when we're getting on the video call. But yeah, that'll be a lot of fun, guys. I'm really stoked for ninth. There are
Oh, he just froze.
Did he?
Oh gosh, yes. Oh no. I heard him hit the table and he just potatoed. Oh, there you are. You're back. Oh goodness. Okay.
hey.
Ooh. Scared us,
Alright.
dude. You hit something and then you potatoed. You were like,
All it was the surface of my desk too. That was so hinky. Anyways, so yeah, I'm really excited, guys. There are things I definitely miss from 7th, things I'll miss about 8th, but I'm really excited for 9th, guys. And even though I have yet to see it actually come to fruition in a battle report, they say this is supposed to be where Melee gets good. So I'm waiting to see it. But I've not had really a bad experience in 8th. I feel like Melee struggled a little bit at first, but I feel like we worked our way into an okay spot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to good things in 9th. Commodore, it's always a pleasure hanging out with you, brother.
It's always good to be here.
And thank you so much for always doing our intros, too. Those are some of the coolest intros.
yes, by the way, if you don't realize who did our intros, it's this guy.
This guy.
This guy.
This guy. I'm breaking all the units in my box into various armies. And I'm thinking about doing the same thing. Like the bikes are definitely going to White Scars. The Blade Guard and the Captain and the Lieutenant that are all kind of Blade Guardy. I'm not sure which army I want to put those in yet, but I should decide soon. I definitely want to put some into both the Assault Intercessors into both my Space Wolves and my White Scars. So I'll have to see on that too. Gamecraft Dragon says, calling you out, Custodes challenge you, Commodore. You have been challenged. A new challenger has arrived.
I've technically beaten the Custodes before,
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
but those were Lady Dragons Custodes that I beat.
Yeah, so you got to take on his new Custodes army.
And I
You are
still
the
gonna play Plague Child's Necron, so I need to destroy every member in his family before I come back to him to get my revenge.
Wow.
Look,
Oh,
I
the
destroyed
Italian mafia
everything that you love.
full mafia style. I think I'm going to turn my chaplain into an ultra since he looks like Cassius. Very cool. Run some veteran intercessors for a foe tyrannic war vets. That's cool. Commodore, the Dragon Slayer. That's awesome. Guys, I've had a blast hanging out with you guys in the chat and hanging out with freaking Commodore. Big thank you for everyone hanging out with us tonight. Guys, I have had such a stressful week. I can't even convey to you guys how stressful my week has been. But hanging out with you guys, hanging out with Commodore and Freak has made my week so much better. And it's a great way to start off the weekend, trying to just dump some of that stress and,
It's a good start to the weekend. Yeah.
hang with some awesome friends, guys.
So
big
because Indomitus Clause comes tonight.
Indomitus Clause.
Indomitus Clause. That's right, guys. Make sure you set out your model boxes, and you leave clippers and super glue out for Indomitus Clause.
You leave out plastic glue and null oil.
There you go. All right, guys. Thanks for helping, I guess, rescue my weekend, because I was honestly going into this weekend in kind of a funk because, like I said, it's just been such a stressful week. Like, I was making fried rice this week, and I've been so stressed out. I lost my shit all over some fried rice I ruined in the kitchen. And then I realized, like, wow, this stress is really getting to me that I'm freaking out on fried rice. So I really appreciate you guys saving my weekend by having this community that we have here and all chilling out together on Fridays. I also appreciate
come in and calm down.
Do what we do. Say what?
You were able to come in, calm down, detox. You were able to just be in a moment of something you enjoy.
Zen,
Absolutely.
baby.
Detox is the perfect word. In addition to thanking the wonderful live people here tonight, thank you to our patrons who help us do what we do. And guys, This is where I get excited. I get a little loud. I apologize. You may want to turn me down a little bit because I do get
turn them up.
With this. But first of all, I want to thank our Bloodclaw, Heinrich, Bartha.
Heinrich, not Heimlich. That's another thing.
Bloodclaw, running bear.
He's running from a bear.
Bloodclaw, Richard at the Nerd Life.
Better not call him anything else.
You broke him.
Bloodclaw, Big Mac Danskull.
He's big and he drives a mech.
Bloodclaw, Brian, the mini war mutt.
Is he a mutt? Bow wow.
Bloodclaw, Big D at the Gamecraft Dragon.
'Cause he's got a big D.
Bloodclaw, Chief, Live Gaming.
He is the chief.
Bloodclaw, Inquisitor Zane.
Insane in the membrane.
Bloodclaw, Zack the Crimson Painter.
Always red.
Grey Hunter, Brother Roxas.
IT Guru.
Grey Hunter, Kaiju Shorts.
Dropping them trows, baby.
That was Kaiju. Okay.
Oh, Kaiju? Oh, I'm sorry. Say it again.
Grey Hunter, Kaiju Shorts.
Australian Jesus.
Wolf God, Kalo.
Drop trow. Now you got it.
The amazing Phalanx from high orbit dropping. Smash Captain of the Gamecraft Dragon. Part-time Smash Captain on our channel. And amazing guest tonight. From high orbit we have Wolfguard, Commodore.
And not the 80s computer.
At any given moment, he can be found anywhere in the universe,
Yes.
eliminating the enemies of mankind.
Yes.
The ultimate Wolf Lord Anonymous.
He could be behind you.
The Defender of Fenris. The ultimate Wolf Lord Meeks.
Meeks. Clap them cheeks.
Clapping them cheeks. And of course, our very own Smash Captain, who tonight, this very night, has smoked. Well, I mean, just Zane, really.
Over and over again.
With his banhammer. The ultimate Wolf Lord
Archer.
Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us on our Friday night. The eve of Indomitus. Merry Indomitus Eve.
Merry Indomitus Eve.
And guys, I hope all of you have a very successful, very fun launch into the new 9th edition on the morrow. As always, big thanks to our brother, the Commodore, for hanging out with us. And of course, if you guys have not yet hit that like button, please make sure that you grab up an ox and smash that like button in the name of the Emperor. Drop us some comments down below and feel free to be part of any of these ridiculous conversations. And of course, if you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, then Freakalicioso.
Yeah.
I imagine this guy over here,
Wrong way.
the Commodore.
The other way.
This guy over
That
here,
way. That guy.
the Commodore, and I would love to have you guys here as part of the pack here on the Frost and Feasts. Till next time, guys. Stay frosty.
Frosty.
It's on my drop pod coming from outer space, man. That's what I'm talking about. Now you're gonna do it for my Land Raider Crusader. Ooh, look at them guns, baby. That's a gun show right there.